FM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group station.
Essential Sports Hub headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins were beaten at TD Garden last night, 3-1 by Carolina, ending a 6-game home winning streak. Old friend Taylor Hall had a goal and an assist for the Hurricanes, while Riley Tufte avoided a Bruins shutout with a goal with 10 seconds left. Hampus Lindholm's team struggled for most of the evening.
We didn't find it tonight, and we have to find ways to crawl back in games like this. Even two goals is not that much in hockey, I think, and keep that energy up a little bit. But we're gonna learn, and we've been playing some good hockey lately, so not to get too high, not to get too low here.
Next up is a 4-game West Coast road trip, which begins in Anaheim tomorrow night. Bruins also made a handful of roster moves, calling up Tufte and Matej Blumel from Providence, placing both Victor Arvidsson and Casey Middlestad on injured reserve. They placed Jordan Harris on long-term IR and waived Johnny Beecher. Charlie McAvoy may need surgery after getting hit in the face with a shot over the weekend. Celtics open up a home-and-home with the Nets in Brooklyn tonight. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Patriots visit Cincinnati on Sunday, and they may have caught a major break yesterday. Bengals top gun Jamar Chase suspended for that game this weekend by the NFL. He spit on Pittsburgh defensive back Jalen Ramsey last weekend, but he is appealing the ruling. Last night, Dallas got 4 touchdown passes from Dak Prescott. They beat Las Vegas 33-16, and Atlanta quarterback Michael Penix may be out for the season with a knee injury. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Here's Pasternak, high slot. Right circle to Zacha. Sends one across. McAvoy shot, and he scores!
The Bruins play here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Welcome to Rhode Island. This is how we roll.
Smallest state with the biggest attitude. What are you gonna do?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are Toucher and Hardy. And we are in the Town Fair Tire Studios. You may call us at 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube live or throughout the day if you wish. Over there, if you subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. Callahan is back today. Andrew Callahan is back for the 8 o'clock hour. He had his child, his little girl, and he's taken his week of paternity leave, and now he is scheduled to be back. And perhaps he will be installing baby gates in the house. And what happened is I have this dog. It's not about the dog, but I have a dog. And the dog, I have a mud room, and that's where I keep the cat litter box. And so on Sunday, I was going to go, no, Saturday. I had plans, but I had gone to the gym or something, and then I had like an hour before I had to get ready to do these plans. And then the dog started eating the cat crap as soon as I let him out of the crate. And I don't even mind that because then I don't have to pick up the cat crap, but it gets litter all over the place. So one of the baby gates that I had broken. So I had bought another baby gate, and I went to go install it, and I had measured it and everything, and for a little bit of time, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't fitting. So I was getting mad at the baby gate. I can't tell you how I don't like following directions. I do not like following directions. I don't like putting things together. I find it excruciatingly frustrating and boring. It's everything I don't like. It's not my personality. It's not the way my brain works. I hate it. I don't have the patience for it. I probably have some severe form of ADD with it. I just hate it. And so it's not working.
Just so you know, you're describing my perfect Monday afternoon, but go ahead.
And so so it's not working. And so now I'm getting pissed at it. And then I'm by myself and I'm yelling at the baby gate. And then I'm mad at the dog because this dog is like, why am I have to do this? Why did I get you? You know, all you just are such a pain in the ass. Everything about you is a pain in the ass. It's you consistently need attention. This is more than my kids. In a lot of sense, you need this attention, and it's not getting better. You're almost 3 years old, and you've calmed down a little bit, but you're still very much a problem. And so I'm screaming and yelling to myself, and screaming and yelling though, not to myself. I mean, it's out there. I mean, I'm not yelling at the dog, but I'm yelling, and then I get on YouTube, and I got to tell you. It's got to stop. So I get on YouTube and it's baboobly. Say it's called. I don't know how to say baboobly babygate. Yeah. So I go baboobly babygate. So the first video, and I'm pissed, and I just want this over with. I have to shower. I have to get dressed, but now I've committed to doing this, and so I go first. First video is like 99 minutes long, and I'm like, oh my god! And so it's hi, I'm Jim, and I want to thank Biblio for sending me a baby gate.
So make sure you subscribe and hit the like button for more.
It's 4 minutes before you actually get to the thing.
Yeah. So he goes, baby, thank you for sending this to me. Subscribe and like. Okay, so it comes in this box. No, kid. Oh, it came in the box. Thank you, sir. This is all time well spent. It came in the box. Let's open it. I'm not kidding. Let's open the box. Right. Oh, my God. I know how to open the box. Everyone knows how to open the box. This is what the company wants you to do? By the way, dumbass Babygate company, if you think this guy, this loser, is gonna, like, people are just going to his page going, I wonder what Ted's up to today. Oh, he's putting together a Babygate. I'm going to go buy 11 of them. Like, why did you send him anything? The only reason that this video exists is if idiots like me can't figure this thing out. They sent it to you for free. And by the way, subscribe to your video for what? For what? It's this one-off thing. Be happy you have the one-off thing. You're an idiot. You're a fool. What are you, the modern day Seinfeld? People are going to come back every week to see what other crap you're going to put together?
Well, yeah, for entertainment purposes.
Sure. And see, if it was me, I would go, and then so I pivot to the company how to put it together. And there's no words. It's just and no one putting it together.
That ambient music in the background.
Yeah, and nobody putting it together. Yeah. It's an inexplicable. I don't know what you're supposed to do. It just all the pieces are laid out. There's a million pieces. If you want to screw it into the wall, oh yeah, okay. Well, now I'm a NASA scientist. I want to screw it into the wall. I want to take a drill out and screw the bolts into the wall. That the whole point of the effing thing is that it just is supposed to go in without screws. That's how it's sold, is to go in without screws. baby gates, I've had them for years. I never had any problem with these things. I realize I'm an idiot. I'm not a man. All of these things are true. This is a huge turnoff for women. Fine. But I just want instruction. And if you make a video for instruction, that means other people, that you are banking on people needing your help. And then, so I go to another video. Well, Ted here, and last week we did, I don't care. Last week?
Yeah.
This isn't Bob Ross. This isn't This Old House.
You don't want to be lost.
You got to start from the beginning.
You might have some jokes and references to the previous video.
Then you might find helpful with this project.
This notion that people are going to these guys, that these people are under the assumption that people are going to their pages going, oh, what other thing are they going to put together now? Now, I don't have any kids or animals. So now last week they put together a jigsaw puzzle, and this week they're putting together this thing. I'm just going to follow along and buy what they get every week and then go through the magical ride of seeing how they put it together.
I wonder how many views these things actually have.
Oh, my God. And it's on my phone, and I'm screaming at the phone, and I hate, and I can't tell you the level of hate I have for these people. So why would I? So, Fred, you say subscribe to your thing. I work for a corporation. We do this 5 days a week. Conceivably, you would become a fan of the show. There's something new every week that is supposed to be comedic in entertainment, and we have guests on and things of that nature. It's not a how to put a baby gate video up, which is how to put a baby gate up. Let's open and they all open the box. They all open the box. I know how to open a box. Make a video. If everyone comes to you once a week, here's an idea. You make one open the box video. But what you need here is you'll need what's called a box cutter, and you'll find where the tape is, or if you're Adam, you carry a pocket knife for no reason. One of these things. Let's open the box together. Ooh. An unboxing video of the baby gate. Now, that's going to get the kids crazy.
Let's dig a little deeper here. Are you more upset at the folly of trying to go through all the unboxing portions and the things of this that are not important to you, or does it anger you that this guy is making any kind of a living doing this?
Oh, good question.
I would.
Good question.
Thank you, John.
I would fight back on that he's making a living. No, what upsets me is that if I was going to be a guy, it's just so simple. If my thing was going to be, I'm going to be the guy that shows people how to do like these. I don't know why the baby gate would be the thing you choose, but if my little niche on YouTube is what I was going to try to be, is like be Mr. Fix-It, like a little bit of a, minor task handyman. I would cut to the chase like you wouldn't believe. I would be like, okay, so we got all of it laid out here. This is this is this. And then there would be not a moment wasted. It would be, okay, so do this. Now, if you have to go back a little bit, this is how I did it. Da-da-da. And it comes with this tool. The tool is a piece of flat metal with it's not a wrench. It's not a screwdriver. It's a piece of flat metal. It's wide on, a little bit wide on one side. Let's say it's about a quarter of an inch, and it goes down to about a tenth of an inch.
Oh, it's a shiv. Was this made in a prison?
No, you couldn't. You would have to. Maybe you could take it out an eye, but it would not puncture skin.
Was it keistered at any point?
Well, I mean, after I took it to the game with me, or I took it out to dinner with me, and so just so I could show it to people, so I had a visual tool when I was telling them about it. But and he's like, this tool, and then he never, because the tool obviously doesn't do anything, so he never even gets to it. He just says there's the tool.
Yeah.
And then I fast forward with my thumb while I'm screaming and yelling at the phone. I'm lucky I didn't break my phone because I wanted to throw it against the wall. You know what? I'll look at.
Share the video with all.
Yeah,
of us.
it's not worth having Adam like pull audio. I don't even want to do that. Let's see.
But I'd like to see this guy. I might like to subscribe.
Maybe become friends with him.
Well, look at some of
Give
the
me the
stuff.
full length of the video time when you pull it up. I'm curious about something.
6
because
minutes and 48 seconds.
All right, so
Josh reviews.
What's the algorithm say? Your videos have to be at least what?
That's why a lot of these how-to videos.
Shush! I don't care what the algorithm is.
Oh, okay. We'll just. We're not.
For your pet or for your baby or for your toddler or whatever, this might be the answer. This is a paid sponsored video, and this product was sent to me by the brand. We're going to unbox this. We're going to review it. We're going to...
So he's gone through and done edits.
Oh, now there's a commercial.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because it's at the length where they can jam commercials in it. That's why they
install it. This has a very unique feature. This is the white version of the Biglio magnetic gate. Stick around because you're going to see the installation of this as well, but it's important to see what's coming in the box.
Stick around for the reason you pulled up this video.
I'm baffled by the baffles. This gate is only pressure mounted. This does not require screws. Do not cut off the belt before installation. So don't cut that one off. It's got some stuff. There's an extension. It's actually 2 extensions, I believe. Yep, that's 2 extensions. I wonder if those are baffles. What's a baffle? Here's your warranty card.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm angry, too.
Are you kidding me with this piece? God, die! 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 Nothing you're doing is funny. Nothing you're doing is good. I'm baffled by the baffle.
See, that's a good line.
No! Shut up and just put the thing in. How many views does this episode
Pressure
have?
mounted. No screws.
Except then he shows the screws.
Oh, well.
Well, if you want to take it next level.
Yeah. If you want. It
has
permanently
41
there.
likes, in fairness. So this guy's
How many
making,
views of the video total? Can't be more than 100.
What are you trying to embarrass me? I don't know how to get this information.
Sorry. I'm just wondering if you were the only one suffering.
8,000 views.
Okay. And how long is it? If it's been up a while, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been up for went up on April 27th.
Okay.
Only 41 likes on 8,000 views. That's not great.
No, not a good average at all.
And it's the first thing that comes up. Some of the links above are affiliate links that I may earn a commission fee of purchase.
There you go. He's making money off of it.
He's a rich man.
Oh, and then he has he sells Ask Mom shirts. Ninja Dad joke shirt.
I like that. What's the Ninja Dad joke?
It says, I don't even want to look at it. This guy's got the balls to have merch.
Yeah. Not just one thing either.
What's a ninja's favorite kind of shoes? Sneakers.
See? Get it?
I don't like that he got a free baby gate, apparently.
It looks that way.
I don't even like that he got that.
The company is actually giving him stuff.
So suffice it to say, I sort of figured it out, but I sort of didn't. So you have to step over it. The gate part, if you try to do the gate, the door doesn't lock.
Did you cut that band? He told you not to cut that band.
I didn't when I installed it, but then when I went to open the door,
oh boy.
I opened the door and then it dislodged.
Oh boy!
But I'd already cut the cord because I'd already installed it.
Maybe if you'd watched the video to its completion,
John, I had installed it. It was installed. The door was opening, and it was all installed. But then it became dislodged. And then when I went to install it again, it was that it can't be installed twice.
Sounds like you did it wrong.
You think? Wow. Here I was thinking I was brilliant. Needing a video to show me how to put in a baby gate was sad enough. I realized how sad I am during the whole thing. What I don't care for is the fun.
Yeah. 12, maybe we get this guy on so Fred can, complete the circle and maybe just, question this guy directly.
Maybe we get him on and he does it on the freeway and he smashes into a guardrail while he's talking.
I love those videos. Big fan. I died to put.
This has a very unique feature.
He did the baffle joke twice.
Well, yeah, it's a callback.
A callback in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He called it back.
Well, for the ADD crowd like you. You've already forgotten about it. You get a second chuckle.
I mean, it was good stuff. I got to hand it to him. I think he did kill Tony.
How much money have
through
you...
the N word and the R word?
So now with the largely useless baby gate, how much did that cost you?
Like $100. $80. $80 is what it cost. And I realize my fault in all of this. We've been through this before, is just these YouTubers. If it's a how-to YouTube thing about something conceivably simple for morons like me, just do it. Just do it. I'm not. No one's going to subscribe because this is one thing. I've looked at one thing. Nothing you say or do is going to make me want to look at one other of your videos.
I think you need a YouTube video on how to be more patient. And that might help you in your next project.
Well, that's why I go to my yoga retreats. That's why I'm going. Ugh, he stinks.
Got 8,000 subscribers. Where I test products, you know what you're actually getting into. No fluff, no fake hype, just real opinions from a regular guy who buys way too much stuff online.
Josh reviewed Shelter to Shelter.
Maybe he could get a free baby gate for you. Come up here and install it.
No, I would rather just have the dog eat the crap, quite frankly. But that was Saturday. I was telling my daughter about it yesterday, and she was absolutely delighted. She thought it was very funny that her father, A, couldn't do it, and B, became so incredibly frustrated. I even called her mother, and I'm like, "Can you come over here and look at this? It's baffling me." But thank God she didn't answer, because then we would have just gotten in an argument.
I don't know why you would have denied me the pleasure of just putting that baby gate up for you.
That's right. You got a guy here that would have been willing to do it for nothing.
Well, someone's asking that very question. Hello.
Hey, morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing? Long time no talk.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, well, Fred, I think I got the solution here, bud. Why don't you call your old pal Hardy and have him help you put the gate up?
Because I had done it before, and it's not like a shelf where there's drills and things of that nature.
But you can drill this into the wall. I know it's a pressure gate, Fred, but you can screw it into the wall. Josh said so. Didn't you listen?
It doesn't really screw into the wall. What you would do is you put these cups into the wall, they screw into the wall, and then you just pressure the gate into those cups. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to screw it into the wall. And to be honest with you, there has to be a very precise measurement for that.
Mm-hmm.
It seems an awful lot of. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a cup.
I know exactly.
And then it's just
we had them too. Yeah.
A thing that goes into that cup.
Yeah.
It's not you're not screwing the gate into the wall, so it's firmly in there.
Right.
It's just you're putting a screw with a cup in it, and then when you put the pressure in, it just is a small cup. Even if you're very good at these things, I would suggest not doing that. Why put a hole in the wall if you're gonna just
because when you take it out, then you got an excuse to do some patchwork. Then we call that a win-win, my friend.
All right. Now I actually have agitated myself. I'm actually
check your Whoop now.
I say you wanted to have your heart rate a little higher on the show, so mission accomplished.
I was telling Adam my heart rate, according to my Whoop, is lowest during the day during the show.
Now you're energized. Now you're ready to go.
Not this show.
Going to propel you into the next 3 hours.
I'm only at 76
minutes.
BPM, so I'm not going crazy right now. It's a little higher than resting heart rate, but not much. All right, we'll be back. There was Monday Night Football that everyone's very excited about because of Dallas, and then there is the Bruins and everything else. We'll be right back.
More Toucher and Hardy on the way on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. What happened last night is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game, but what happens to change your lettuce and change your life. With Dr. Matthew Lepresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, what happened last evening?
Carolina Hurricanes at TD Garden as the red-hot Bruins were hosting the team that they had beat earlier this month. No goals scored in the first period. As a matter of fact, to be almost midway through the second before anybody would light the lamp, huh?
Carolina getting set up here offensively. Nystrom with a drive. That one knocked down in front, and Stahl with one hand able to knock that in, and Carolina grabs a 1-0 lead.
Is that good when a goal scorer is able to get right down in front of your goalie and somehow score with only one hand on his stick?
It wasn't just that. He was fending off Andrew Peeke with his left hand and swatted the puck in with his right hand.
Yeah,
it was really impressive.
It wasn't like he just had one tie behind his back as a trick shot. He was using the other hand to move a defenseman.
Yes, who couldn't move him out of there.
Yes. Not a great second period.
No, second periods go. This might have been one of the worst.
Yeah, because 5 minutes after that goal was scored.
Played up the far boards, but Gostisbehere gets there to keep in. Got it through some traffic to Walker, back to the far side circle. Shot knocked down, and they score. Jankowski able to bang home that rebound with 6:26 to go here in the second. Carolina's up 2.
Carolina, a very fast team. Very good at getting into the zone and attacking right away.
And it also could have been a lot worse because they were hitting posts all over the place.
Swayman, and even though Swayman got beat a couple of times, he was really, really good.
No, Swayman was good.
Could have been 4-1, 4-0, 5-0 easily.
Right, and also, what did they hit, John? 2 or 3 posts?
I saw game? 2, but I mean, it could have been more.
Yeah.
Swayman saved another goal. They were a really good look at a shorthanded goal that Carolina had that Swayman made a glove save on.
Power play not really good for the Bruins last night.
Okay, so last night, if you want to get to the end of the game, you can, and then we can kind of discuss it. I mean,
you want to hear the one Bruins goal?
Sure.
Lumel batted it toward Jokiharju. Off of Tufte. Here's Asimon stuffer near post, and they get a second chance, and they score. And I believe Riley Tufte might get this one.
Oh, yeah. On the rebound after the stuff attempt.
With about 10 seconds left in the game. There's your power play goal.
That's kind of like Sweet Caroline in the 8th inning when you're down by 10 runs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You played everyone's dancing all over the place, and it's 3-1 with 10 seconds left.
So, look, the Bruins have been very good over a pretty long stretch. It's not their fault. Last night, they're just so banged up. There's 2 guys that have never played before up there.
Tufte and Blumel both got called up for Providence for their first game of the season.
Right. So it's a tough game to watch because, again,
they're missing 3 of their top 6 forwards, their top 2 centers. Arvidsson got placed on injured reserve. So did Middlestat. Lindholm is out. McAvoy didn't play either. Last night.
McAvoy's out because he got hit in the face with a puck. So it was, It didn't look like – it looked like, in a lot of ways, not necessarily the way they played, but just from a name standpoint, like a Providence Bruins game. It was it didn't seem like the Bruins.
This team, if you look at it, doesn't seem to have a lot of offensive depth to start with, although the second and the third and fourth line guys have chipped in. But you expect the top 2 lines to carry the weight for most of your games. You're missing half of your top 6 forwards at this point, and plus your best defenseman.
And Ryan Johnson's going to be on next hour, but they're saying Elias Lindholm might be on the road back. You heard that? They're saying that he could be.
He's
back.
getting better. He might join them on the trip at some point. They have a 4-game road trip which starts tomorrow.
Yeah, so they're super banged up. It's just the team going into the season had so many names that you might not be familiar with, and then last night it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, this is...
You already got Hustadino skating with the top line, and now it's just, take the names out of the hat.
Right.
It's patchwork at this point.
They've got me back. I mean, I am, obviously very interested in the team again. They've been very good over this stretch, but it's hard. At least for me.
Well,
last night and then they were so badly outplayed in the second period. But what are you gonna get mad at them?
No, Carolina's really good.
They're
Carolina
really
has
good.
a better record than them. Even though the Bruins are in first place in their division, Carolina's in the other division. They had a better record. And let's be honest, they're just a better team. And by the way, Carolina was missing one of their best defensemen last night too. So I mean, Slavin didn't play. So I mean, even banged up, Carolina still was better.
But the Bruins this banged up. I mean, any win they can get is, you know, like kind of they grabbed it out of a hat.
Yeah, you're not the only one who feels a little spent at this point. Marco Sturm feels very much the same way. Marco?
We're looking for excuse, even if guys are in our lineup or not. But yeah, no, even I felt it. I'll be honest. I felt it today. It was an emotional night the other night in Montreal, and we felt it in the morning. We felt it before the game. It was just a slow day today.
Now, not only are they emotional after the game in Montreal, but the number of games that they've played, which we've talked about, if they continued at this pace for the rest of the season would be over, I think, first or second week in March.
Oh, I was going to say Valentine's Day, but all right.
Have you guys done the exercise? Because I haven't of figuring out like when they make this all up. Like when do they get time off? I know there's an Olympic break, but there's an Olympic break for everyone. Like,
right.
Why is their schedule so condensed at the beginning of the year?
It's more spread out. Let's see.
Because
they
it's
have a
not
couple
soon.
of days off between they play Anaheim, Los Angeles, San Jose.
Yeah,
and
but they're
Sunday, Wednesday.
Yeah, but they're going out west.
Yeah.
So that's look, a commercial.
Yeah, those are generally built in anyway. I don't know if they're just going to like make it up by sprinkling in a like a day or two each week starting in like February and March. I don't know.
Right, because it has been odd. Like there hasn't been like a plane crash or anything.
No,
like,
Kevin,
there's no other. I don't know why the other teams haven't been playing.
Kevin Paul DuPont's column on Sunday in the Globe talked about the schedule and how it's been so jam packed here at the beginning. And look, up until last night, it looked like they've been dealing with it well, but due to the injuries and due to the just sheer number of games that they're playing, eventually it's gonna catch up with you.
Yeah, and they got to play Anaheim on Wednesday. And so, do you think they flew out after the game last night? I guess
No. I think they'll fly out today, which is why Ryan's going to be able to join us next hour.
Fair enough. Okay, so yeah, all right. So they're flying out today to Anaheim. So today is a travel day. Then they get there today.
Yeah.
Then they got to play tomorrow night.
It's brutal. No. This isn't fun. This isn't fun at all. And then they
got to play on Friday,
and then Sunday, and they got to stop on the way back and play again on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a lot to ask for them. I mean, it really is. It's not making excuses, but I mean, it's pretty brutal.
And the other part of it is all these guys that are out, they're not like a day or two away. I mean, Middlestat's been out a while. It doesn't sound like he's coming back anytime soon. And McAvoy, after taking the puck to the face, Sturm said he might need surgery, which means to me probably a fractured jaw, right? So I mean,
or an orbital bone,
or it could be one of many things. So it doesn't sound like he's going to be back tomorrow or the next day either.
And when you fracture an orbital bone, I guess you can protect it, but if you break an orbital bone again, it can like blind you.
Do you see the video of that? I mean, it's gnarly. That tooth comes out of his mouth. It's not good.
Yeah, so you're probably right. You probably broke his jaw. But when you have a condensed schedule, this is obvious. I mean, you're more likely to get hurt because you're playing more often. And then when you're hurt, you're going to miss more games because they're jamming so many games in.
Give Sturm this.
Running this thing over and over again. Our commercials all over television.
I like it.
Nice.
Give Marco Sturm
Be on
credit.
your best because people are probably tuning in right now.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
Be on your I didn't say you stop talking. I'm just telling Hardy.
Give Marco.
I'm at my best when I say less.
Marco Sturm
I disagree.
credit. He's
say more. Well, go ahead. What?
He's the right. Marco Sturm's the right guy for the job. I mean, they are lacking a lot of talent up front where they were at the beginning of the season. He's lost his number one center. He's lost his number two center, and they produced a mammoth win in Montreal on Saturday night. He's got them playing about as well as they possibly can.
I agree
at this point. And Jeremy Swayman has found his mojo. Before last night, he was really on a roll. What was he, 5-0 in his last 6 starts or something like that? I mean, he was really something. Or 5-0 his last 5 starts. I mean, Swayman's playing like the guy they paid all that money to, and they're squeezing every last drop out of what they have out on the ice every day. I mean, Sturm's doing a good job.
Oh, he's doing a great job. And just so they're in the conversation, at the end of the season, it's not even – I'd like it if they make the playoffs, but just if there's a chance.
I know. And, Florida and Tampa Bay haven't quite found their footing yet. And I think Florida scored 8 goals last night. Florida and Tampa will be heard from eventually. I mean, the Bruins are in first place. I don't expect them to finish there. But, yeah, it's at least they're in position to get into position, if you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. All right, let's do the headlines, and when we come back, we can talk about Monday Night Football.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Hardy, I take it you want to do Monday Night Football because it's football.
That's right. Dallas Cowboys in Las Vegas to play the Raiders. An emotional night for the Cowboys. They honored Marshawn Nealon last night and came out a little flat. Had a 3-and-out that lost possession on one of their drives, but pretty soon they got it together.
2nd and 10. Prescott fakes a toss right. He's got Lamb wide open on the right side of the end zone. And the second RN Raiders. Touchdown, C.D. Lamb.
There we go. 10-6 Cowboys. Defense doing their part as well.
First down, Smith. Play action. He's got all day. Deep to the middle. The ball is tipped and intercepted at the 5-yard line. Here comes Marquise Bell down the left side. On the deflection up to the 35 before he's run out of bounds.
There we go. The Marquise Bell interception of Geno Smith only counts for something if you can put points on the board afterward.
Snap to Prescott. Back. Steps up in the pocket. Deep to the middle. Caught by Pickens and he circles left and runs away 20, 15, 10. Touch right. Touchdown. The Raiders just quit running after him.
And a little icing on the cake at the end of the game. Defense once again coming through for the Cowboys.
I like hard play action, but not here on the 1-yard line. Watch out here, Genty, Ezelaku, it's a safety.
Ruling on the field is a safety.
Final score 33-16 as there was some talk about the Cowboys maybe being able to sneak into the playoffs after all. At 4-5-1, I don't think that's very reasonable or realistic.
Well, they beat the
the
Raiders.
The Raiders. Or,
I mean, why not?
Fall to a lackluster 2-8 on the season.
I'm sure Pete Carroll's relentlessly positive, but I look at Geno Smith from 2 years ago, and I don't recognize what I saw last night. I mean, I think he leads the NFL in interceptions now.
Well, it might help if they handed the ball off. I mean, Genty had 6 carries for 7 yards. Smith threw the ball 42 times.
Yeah, Pete, why is he throwing the ball so much?
31 dropbacks in that first half, 3 runs. Is that, I mean, I can't imagine that that's something that you like to look at.
Yeah, it wasn't 31 dropbacks. It was a bunch of play action passes, and really, I really wanted to see us do that. And you know, there's only one person to look at, it's me, because I was influenced on the game plan. I loved the way we were chunking them, and we made big plays. But I knew what was happening, you know, and Chip and I knew what was going on.
Okay, all right.
But if you're going to play action and not run.
Yeah. How many times do you think Genty has carried the ball more than 20 times this season?
I have no idea.
The answer is 2.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know if there's no way he's bad, right? Like, there's no way he was that good in college and now he's bad.
I find that very difficult to imagine that he's a bad running back.
But it's just that you gave up all that draft capital. Like, you took him so high in the draft.
He has 1 game of over 100 yards.
And you're just not using him. I mean, they threw to him 6 times, so he touched the ball 12 times, which is not ridiculously low, but, you know, you would think...
The 6 carries for 7 yards total is jarring.
You would just, like, kind of keep butting your head. Like, you would just at least do it to keep them honest.
He's far and away your best offensive weapon. There might have been some debate.
Brock Bowers.
Maybe
second
best. Sorry, but you know, Jacoby Myers is decent, and he's gone now. But ultimately, there's no excuse for this. And you're right, Pete. It is all your fault, and I don't understand any of it.
Look, they obviously they know far more about what's happening in the game than we do, and they obviously saw that there was an opportunity to throw. But you still, I would have to think, if your excuse is we wanted to do a lot of play action, well,
you got to set up the run first,
right? Like
to do that.
Just the threat of the run, right? Like that's the whole point of play action.
I mean, anybody can look at the numbers like I did in 30 seconds and go, well, they're not running the football.
Right.
They're not giving this kid the ball. Let's play the pass.
But I'm sure if you sat in a room with him, he'd go, here's what we saw. And he would show you what they saw and that we have to throw against this. And you would go, okay, point taken. But wouldn't you at least want the threat that you might hand the ball off? Like, that would help. Even if you're not picking up any yards, just that you you're willing to hand the ball off.
Do something other than pass 47 times.
And I wonder if that scares you because, look, this draft isn't so great. And Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame is one of the best players in college football. It's really him and his safety, to my knowledge. One of the safeties from Ohio State and Jeremiah Love. And then there's like an edge rusher. But these kids from Clemson that I see that are supposed to be first-round picks, they don't like wreak havoc. So I don't, but whatever. I don't know anything about it.
Dallas, by the way, in the bottom 10 in the NFL against the run.
But my point is this, is that do you take Jeremiah Love in the top 10?
No.
Having seen this?
No.
I mean, there's a lot of tight ends like Warren and Bowers. Like tight ends are having a lot of success.
Running backs are so devalued. This is
but Gibbs was a first round pick, and he's been very effective. Saquon Barkley's a big. I know Saquon Barkley's not having a great year, but Saquon Barkley was, one of the main reasons that they won a Super Bowl last year
Gibbs
offensively.
was taken when? Was it 10th, 11th? When was Gibbs taken?
I think 13th, but whatever. I think in the top 15.
A top 10 pick at this point, the way the NFL is too much for a running back.
12th.
So there you go. So, and that was a good pick. And that was a draft that they got slammed because they took a middle linebacker. They took Campbell in that draft too. And so, and that turned out to be a great draft for them. So it's hard, and they already had a running back when they took Gibbs, and there was a lot of people that crapped on that pick.
Everyone crapped. It wasn't a lot of people. A lot of people. What the hell are you drafting this kid here for?
Right.
I mean, that was the. Now, when did Campbell go? When was
Campbell was late in the first round. They had two first-round picks.
If you have two first-round picks, maybe you can afford to take a swing at a running back.
Yeah, but you don't take a middle linebacker and a running back. That's considered to be bad form, but it worked out for him. So.
But getting back to Jeremiah Love, who's the best running back in the country, so it seems. I don't think any team will take him in the top 10.
It's as pretty bad draft.
As good as he is, the way the NFL is now, I don't think anybody would take him in the top 10.
Did you hear Herb Street during the Thursday night game? And he was talking about how it's not because it's the Jets, it's because we're talking about the draft. He said if he was the Jets, he would wait until 2027 to take a kid.
I did hear that.
So...
Yes. Yes.
And no one needs a quarterback more than the Jets. And if they sit this draft out because they have 4 first-round picks in 27, they asked the Cowboys for the 27 first-round pick. That wasn't like a negotiation from the Cowboys. That was the Jets asking. The Jets didn't want a first-round pick in this draft. They wanted a first-round pick in next year's draft. So, or I guess it would be in 2 years' drafts. But they wanted 27 because even there, I don't think they're going to take a quarterback. That kid from South Carolina, who I saw a little bit of, is supposed to be a late first-round pick. He's huge and fast and strong, but he's not good. Mm-hmm. And then you have the kid from Indiana, who's not fast or strong. Mendoza.
Who's made a lot of good throws, but yes, not a huge, physical, imposing kid.
And then no one else might come out. And if you want to take the kid from Alabama, he's played like 5 college games.
Is that Ty Simpson?
Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
And so, this is his first year starting. So, I don't know. This is going to be a weird draft because, again, to my knowledge, Jeremiah Love and the safety from Ohio State are supposed to be the 2 best players in the draft. And there's edge rushers and stuff, but I've seen a couple of those guys in person. And look, it's one game and I don't know anything, but it's not like when Clemson played BC, they were wreaking havoc on the defensive line. In fact, there were Clemson fans around. I'm like, which one of these guys is supposed to be good? I'm not seeing anything. And it's not like BC's a powerhouse. They've won 1 game.
And again, that's like, it's interesting theory, and long term it makes sense, but how do you punt on a season just by punting away on an entire draft and saying, we're just going to stock up for 27?
Well, it's because you want a quarterback, and you don't want to take a quarterback like Cam Ward because it's the only quarterback in the draft. Like, even with the success that the Giants have had, the limited success that they've had with the kid from Ole Miss, wouldn't you have rather just not taken a quarterback in that draft? Like, do you think Tennessee's happy they have Cam Ward, that they used the first pick on Cam Ward? I'd much rather sit out a draft and wait for the next one. 100%. that sets everything back. You take the wrong quarterback, unless you're San Francisco, you take the wrong quarterback, and that resets everything back, because that's 3 years you don't have a quarterback until you have to draft another one. You got to get it right. You have to get it right. And find a retread and see if you can make it fit for a season.
Yeah, you have to have something, some kind of a plan in place. Say, look, because you're still appealing to your fan base and to all the advertisers, all the partners of the team. It's like, look, we've got a plan here, and we think we're going to be pretty good doing this. Even if you're lying through your teeth saying, no, this is it, with an eye on that next draft.
No, yeah, you can't take a season, but you can take a flyer on a kid. But, I mean, like Justin Fields, you can see a stopgap, and that doesn't work. But, I mean, I'd much rather whiff on Fields for a year and then instead of investing a high pick or a bunch of picks to move up.
Obviously, the retread quarterback, because there have been a few that have popped here in the last couple of years, and even
you
Geno
paid Daniel
Smith
Jones
a couple of years ago.
you pry him away from the Colts. All right, you use all your draft capital, and all right, we'll be back in just a moment. One of the worst musicians of all time has had the audacity to come out with an instrumental album. We'll discuss.
last night.
Back out towards center. And Hall has it on the right side circle, coming right to the net, and he scores. Taylor Hall adds an insurance goal for Carolina with 2:33 to go. It's 3-0 Hurricanes.
That is Ryan Johnston here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Former Bruin Taylor Hall had that goal and an assist to lead Carolina to a 3-1 win at TD Garden. The Bruins' lone goal came with 10 seconds left. They head west for a 4-game road trip, which begins in Anaheim tomorrow night. In other Bruins news, they made a lot of roster moves yesterday. Riley Tufte, the man who scored the goal, was called up from Providence, along with forward Matej Blumel. Casey Middlestat and Victor Arvidsson placed on injured reserve. Jordan Harris on long-term IR, and Johnny Beecher placed on waivers. Celtics play in Brooklyn tonight against the Nets. A win would put the Green over 500 for the first time this season. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And the Patriots visit Cincinnati Sunday. They got a break yesterday. Bengals top wide receiver Jamar Chase suspended for 1 game by the NFL after spitting on Pittsburgh defensive back Jalen Ramsey last weekend. He is appealing the ruling. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Avidia Bank, the Metro West best bank. Work with a community bank that goes above and beyond their customers and their community. Honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Boston Talk Sports.
Trade Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports.
And now, back to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Interesting. So I have interviewed Korn many, many times. In my rock radio career, and I liked all of them except for one man. And in fact, Jonathan Davis, I've told this story. They had their own festival one year, and Jonathan Davis took me on a personal. He's the singer of Korn. He took me on a personal tour of his House of Horrors. He had a trailer set up, a series of trailers where he had his collection of the macabre
that he would tour with.
Yes, for this particular festival, there was a sideshow where you could take a tour of Jonathan Davis's Museum of the Macabre. There was ancient torture devices and John Wayne Gacy pictures.
Are you interested all in the dark arts?
Yes, exactly. It wasn't even the dark arts so much of it was these guys killed. Let's get in their heads. But he was really nice. And Monkey from Korn is turned out to be this incredible anti-sex trafficking guy, and he saves women from being sex trafficked. He's a good guy. And
the drummer for Korn now, was it David Silvera, who I think was the original?
Yes.
But the new guy, Ray Luzier, absolute prince of a fellow. He was touring around with the Army of Anyone. That was Richard Patrick of Filter and the DeLeo brothers. They did a session at BCN that was, to this date, one of the best live performances of anything I've ever seen. So, yeah, good guys.
Okay, but Fieldy, their bass player, is a real dick. And so one time I went backstage to interview them when they were riding high, and he was getting his hair braided. And he was very offended that and Puffy from Faith No More was their drummer, and he was a dick too. And they took my interview questions, and they were screwing around, and I had no respect for Fieldy, and I let him know it. And I said, thank you for taking the questions. Can I end the interview now? Because I never wanted to interview anyway. And then he got offended by that, and I'm like, wait a second. You didn't want to be interviewed. That's what I always found confusing about these guys. I'm like, okay, I don't like your band. I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I came in to interview you. You were acting like a dick. Fine, let's just stop.
Right.
But but then they didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because the idea is I'm going to be a dick to you, and you're going to take it and try desperately to make this interview work, and then I'm going to feel really good about myself. But the minute you go, okay, great, I don't like your band. I say it. I don't like your band. I don't want to talk to you, let alone the bassist. I don't want to talk to you. This is great. Wait, what the hell? You want to talk to me? Why don't you come back here? It's my job, dick. Your PR people set this up. I didn't go, oh, God, please, please, please give me backstage passes to Korn. Like I'm a college-educated adult. I don't want to see Korn.
Well, this is you're at fault here, Fred, because you didn't dive into the musicianship that Fieldy exhibits. Now, perhaps if you had asked him to get into the technicalities of the bass, as he has done online,
which we will, but let me first start with this: is that so you have to understand that. So I'm setting it up that he's a dick, so you can understand my joy when I was still at a station that played Korn, and he released a solo rap record.
Yes,
which we have discussed before. It was the Fieldy's Dreams album. Now, Fieldy's Dreams was a rap record that he on a major label. There was a ad on the side of the Sunset Strip Tower Records displaying the album. This was conceived of, recorded, engineered, then given to the label, and then the label said, let's run with it. It was advertised and sent out to media and radio stations to be played.
Yes.
Here's an example of Fieldy's Dreams. It's the worst album. In all seriousness, I've made this point many times, even at BCN. It's the worst album that I believe has ever been released by a major label. So it was so bad that I had a box of them, and I would play it off the air to bands when they came in studio, and the bands would want the album to take on the tour bus. So I might have given away, no joke, 50 of the Fieldy's Dreams albums because we weren't going to play them or give them away. So I would just give them to bands. I know Dave Grohl wanted like 8 of them.
Alone at home, laying in my bed, hearing voices in my head. Leave me alone, I can't cope with this pain. Do you feel insane? Do you crave cocaine? Nope, there's other dope, Xanax, Valium, Vicodin, and speed. I'd rather smoke.
Yeah, it's a lot about speed and and it's a lot about smoking weed. All right, so you go, all right, well, Fieldy, sure, he's not a rapper. If there's any excuse for that. But Fieldy is to this day a professional bass player.
Yes, and to your point, Fred, the album Rock and Roll Gangster, which was released in 2002, did make some worst of lists, including the song Baby Hugh Hef, which was on the list of the 50 worst songs of the 2000s.
Spoke rims on my Benz. Black on black, Escalade Cadillac. 64 rag, 100 girlfriends that I've already shagged. It's nice to have a choice. Corniche Rolls Royce, UV Dub Deuce, 10 switches at bag. 20-inch crystals on my Jag. White tee, new chucks for the bitches, dicky sag.
I don't know why they picked that as the worst of. When you're looking at diarrhea, there was different
You know why?
parts of
Because
it
it's
to
the
pick out.
second track on the album, and that's as far as they went.
Well,
That's
they should
why.
have gone to the Sticky Icky Icky song.
Okay, but you're right. He is a bassist, and he is not opposed to teaching his art to other people.
So Fieldy came up on my algorithm on Instagram, and it was, let's sit down and see how he does it. This is a bass instruction. It's a set. Now there's police tape up on the set, so you know that this ain't
Blinking Construction.
This ain't Ron Carter. Like
yeah.
this ain't some bass nerd. This is like a full on metal dude. And here is Fieldy teaching you the secrets to playing bass in Korn.
This hand's more like a muting. It doesn't really play any notes. It just lets it open up when it hits a. You kind of mute right here.
Okay, so what he's doing is, you might not be able to figure
That's
it
all
out.
it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Is that he's saying you're not really playing notes. He's taking his left index finger and covering all the strings on one fret and sliding his nails. He's not even pressing. He's just muting. He's saying he's muting it. And he's taking his nails and strumming the strings and then patting them.
Yeah, that's what John Entwistle did.
Well, it's what any of us could do. I mean, if I handed you a bass and I said, mute the notes with your finger, you'd go, what's mute mean, maybe? And I go, put light pressure on them.
Right.
And then you go, okay. And then I go, take your nails and go, vump, vump, vump.
over all the strings and then pat them. So obviously he's had to have done more in a song than this, but this is what he's the most proud of.
Right.
Like, this is the thing. It's like, I'm going to teach the kids how to play bass.
Yeah.
Well, what do? Well, you mute the strings, you touch them lightly, and then you just pat them. I mean, it's not slapping. He's running his fingers over them. And then there's one part where he goes, and this is how I made this noise. And he goes, grook, grook. And he's like, yeah, I slid my nail across the string. And you're like, whoa. Okay. Wow. I don't know. How'd you come up with this, you animal, you? So I don't even know how I found this. I didn't look for it. But Fieldy has he's nothing if not a Renaissance man. He played bass for Korn. He put out a rap record.
Yeah. Now, when he put out the rap record, there was talk of another one and renaming the project from Fieldy's Dreams to Fieldy's Nightmare. That was supposed to come out in 2008, but instead they decided we're going to take this in a different direction. And a different direction they did. This is an instrumental album from Fieldy called Basically. 2 S's.
Okay.
And according to Fieldy himself, this is a bass album that encompasses the last 9 years of my life on the road, recording with a variety of special and unique basses.
Okay.
This project features recordings of mine from dressing rooms, tour buses, hotel rooms, and other unique locations, playing on basses just as obscure as the locations. It's a blend of funk, fusion, and rock.
It's like a Anthony Bourdain for idiots.
Oh.
Like, wow.
That's all it is.
I would like to hear you play in a hotel room. Oh, what's that sound like? It's like Nebraska. It's just such an intimate recording.
All right. So this is Basically from Fieldy. Here's a track called Charlie Brown.
Well, you know it's called Charlie Brown because it goes womp, womp, womp.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is.
All right, you don't like that? How about a bucket o' funk?
How come I'm getting an erection? Oh, that's right. This was in Boobs a Poppin' 4. I mean, Harry Reams definitely got down to this occasionally. We have a special guest.
Who is it?
Well, when you're talking about music, guess who just happens?
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, Rock and Roll Mike, hello.
Oh, yeah.
Rock and Roll Mike,
how you people doing?
Do you ever mute the strings and use your fingernails when you jam out?
What?
That's right.
I don't remember. But, hey, Ace Frehley, I'm sorry that I did not call in, and I give my condolences, man, and I do, for the whole KISS Army, and that Ace Frehley passed away. And I couldn't speak, man. I really, seriously, I could not speak. It took me over track, man, for everything that's been going on this whole year and so on. But my condolences.
What's your favorite KISS song?
My favorite KISS song? Rock and Roll Night. Party every day. And Creatures of the Night.
How does Creatures of the Night go?
Oh, yeah. Living in the darkness. Run night from the day. Yay, yay. Little tomorrow. Nothing yet to say. Yay. Whoa. Creatures of the Night.
Rock and Roll Mike, why is Creatures of the Night your favorite KISS song? That seems to be, that's an Eric Carr one, like at the end of the makeup era. That doesn't seem like a lot of people's favorite album.
For me, it is my favorite album.
Okay.
And it's interesting because Ace Frehley And again, God rest his soul. And I couldn't speak for a while. And my condolences for the Kiss Army and the family, for everybody.
Ace's family did reach out, and they were wondering if you were ever going to call in.
Yeah, and I do apologize, but I could not speak. I could not talk, man. I could not talk because I was like, what the F? I'm like, oh my.
He's what inspired you to become a musician. He's who inspired you.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have the life you had right now if it wasn't for Kiss.
Yeah. And you read his autobiography twice, I believe. I remember that.
I did.
Do you have any?
I remember that.
Do you have any tributes planned, either on the road or in a show of some kind?
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna happen always and forever. Absolutely. And I know he has a daughter, Monique. Correct.
That's your area of expertise, rock and roll, Mike. Do you know the song "Keep Me Coming" off of Creatures of the Night?
Oh no, you got me on that one.
Do you know?
I'm stumped on that one.
You know, I Love It Loud.
I'm not juiced up on that.
You know, I Love It Loud. Obviously.
Yeah, of course I do.
How's that go?
Hey, yeah. Hey, you. Stand up. You don't have to be afraid. Get down on the side concrete. Reach ball. Well, take on or leave it. Say loud. What is it loud? Right between the eyes.
I love it.
Loud. What is it loud? Turn it up.
Where are you right now, Rock and Roll Mike?
Come on, people in your cars. When they are saying, hey.
Where are you right now, Rock and Roll Mike?
95. I'm in an alleyway. I'm hanging out. Yeah. Yeah. I was so
right. Upset about Ace Frehley.
I was so down about Ace Frehley.
Right, you were very
and so yeah, and I wanted to see what's the guy's name from Van Halen. I need a Cabo Wabo.
You want to see some Sammy Hagar. All right, thank you, Rock and Roll Mike. We were very sad about Ace
Frehley. You guys, listen, I'm gonna be rocking and rolling because I'm gonna be back in the Fenway Grove
this winter.
Oh, back. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
All right. Thank you, Rock and Roll Mike. Don't be a stranger.
It's good to know he's back. There have been a couple of calls in there where he's been more smoothed out. Now we're back to, that's his wheelhouse right there. Oh, yeah.
I can't tell you how excited I am that Creatures of the Night is his favorite Kiss song. Because it's just the most random Kiss song of all time.
Tomorrow.
Creatures of the Night's a terrible song and a terrible album. Even Kiss fans think it is.
Yeah.
It was not a hit. It was really like the end of the makeup era. It forced them to take their makeup off. And here we are. All right.
95. I'm in an alleyway.
But listen, that was better than Fieldy's album, so we got that going for us. All right, look, Ryan Johnston will join us. The Bruins played last night. They're going out west. We'll have that for you in just a moment.
That's all it is.
Bruins on 98.5 The Sports Hub. He had the game last night against Carolina, and they are headed out west. Hello, Ryan.
Good morning, Fred. Morning, guys.
When are you? When do you guys leave today?
We are leaving early this afternoon and flying to lovely Anaheim, California. We got a couple of days there, a couple of days right up the road in L.A., and on to San Jose for a game on Sunday, and then long trip back to Long Island for a few days before Thanksgiving.
Okay, so the Bruins have played more games than almost anyone else. I know it's a condensed season because of the Olympics, but do you know when this is supposed to right itself? Like when they're supposed to fall back to the field in terms of...
Yeah, I haven't figured that part out either yet. Because I looked at the schedule. When we were playing, I think it was Ottawa a couple of weeks ago, I noticed they had a 4-day break in their schedule, and then 2 weeks later they had another 4-day break in the schedule. So I thought, well, let me look at the Bruins schedule because I don't remember when we have our long break. And I couldn't find one, with the exception of the 3 weeks off for the Olympics and the 3-day mandated break for the Christmas holiday. I think the only time they had more than 2 days off in between games is the last week of the regular season. So the other teams must be playing a boatload of back-to-backs at some point to catch up here, because you're right. Nobody in the league has played more than the Bruins have. 21 games. It's Boston, Vancouver, and Edmonton are the only teams that have reached 21 games so far.
And it doesn't seem like they've been playing at a crazy pace based on the Olympics. I mean, they've been playing a condensed schedule, but it just, it's odd to see when those other teams will make it up. So last night, a couple guys making their Bruins debut. How did they play? How did they look last night? A rough second period, but how did the new guys do for themselves?
Yeah, I think it's kind of difficult to judge based on last night because it just was one of those nights where the whole team just really didn't have it. They weren't playing the same kind of aggressive physical style that we've become accustomed to in the early part of their season. I think a lot of that had to do with the way Carolina approaches the game, and they're not a team that engages you very much physically. And yet they take away a lot because they're kind of aggressive in a different way. They're just always on the puck carrier, and so the Bruins never really generated a lot of speed coming through the neutral zone. They weren't able to get after pucks deep in the Carolina zone and kind of set up the forecheck and play the game that they want to play. And so, I think from an individual standpoint, it's difficult to judge anybody off of that last night. Good on Riley Tufte. He battles to the end and gets the late goal. His first as a Bruin. I think it was his third in the NHL in his career. Matej Blumel, they tried him out on the first power play unit last night in the spot that Victor Arvidsson's been in here recently. The first power play unit really struggled the first couple of times, and so later on in the game in the third period when they got a power play chance, they moved Husnudinov in there instead. So I think kind of a work in progress for both of those guys to see how they fit here.
Every team has a tipping point, Ryan, injury-wise. It just seems, watching how flat they were last night, all the people they lost on Saturday coupled with Lindholm, it seems like the Bruins have reached that tipping point.
Yeah, it's a lot all at once. Listen, I think they have done pretty well, with Elias Lindholm out of the lineup, and this is, a guy who's centering generally Pasternak and Geekie. You would think that would have had a significant impact on the team. They managed to battle through that. Husnudinov, though he's probably not, necessarily a long-term solution as your number one center, has been good and has added value to that line, and helps in using his speed and retrieving pucks and kind of keeping the momentum going for Geekie and Pasta. But you were already without Casey Middlestat, and then, Pavel Zacha loses his other line mate in Victor Arvidsson. And so, you've got Zacha, who's gotten off to a great start this year, and he's playing alongside Blumel and Steves. Now, that's not to take, a lot away from them, but those guys are relatively inexperienced at the NHL level. They were the two biggest goal scorers in the AHL last year, but that's a big jump. And to have them, playing on the second line, it's putting Zacha in a difficult spot. And so, then you add in Tufty having to come in on the fourth line last night, and you lose Charlie McAvoy, and we still don't know, how, what his status is going to be here going forward. And that's a lot for any team to take all at once. And listen, the players and the coaches will all say it happens to everybody at some point during the season. You're going to have to deal with the injuries. You just hope they don't pile up as quickly as they have done here in the past few weeks for the Bruins.
Sturm talked about the emotions and how everybody was kind of like spent after the game in Montreal. Is there anything else? Is it just the compacted schedule that's got everybody kind of feeling like they're they've kind of given everything emotionally they can to this point? He kind of mentioned that not as an excuse for the loss last night, but he said they're all pretty drained right now.
Yeah, I think look, it's a combination of a heavy schedule, which, again, you just kind of have to get over because it's not going to get that much better. But I think, Beersy and I talked about it on the air last night, that I think just coming out of that game in Montreal is a little bit of an emotional letdown. Again, Carolina doesn't really challenge you physically the way that Montreal did early in that game. And so, I think there was kind of a natural emotional letdown. When you're playing a team like that and you're coming off that big Saturday night win in Montreal, where that crowd is always at a fever pitch, and kind of getting the rivalry kick-started again between the Bruins and the Canadians. I think last night, if you look at it like a football schedule, you can kind of usually circle those games on the schedule where you say, okay, this might be a trap game, or this might be a little bit of a letdown game. Coming off a game against your chief rival that was emotional as that was, I think it was natural maybe that they wouldn't have as much of that last night, and it showed.
Okay, so you're flying out west today, and you go on the team plane. Take us through. So this is a long flight. Is this? Are you in the lap of luxury? How do they serve a Ryan Johnson on this flight?
Yeah, I mean, listen. I can never complain about our travel. The schedule can be brutal at times, but we're flying on a plane with all first class seats, and the food is excellent, and they take good care of us. We stay in gorgeous hotels in every city that we go in. Well, almost every city that we go in, Ottawa, and maybe, Long Island's right up there. But
it's by Hofstra. How dare you?
Yeah, it's we'd rather stay. I might have rather stay at Hofstra, honestly. But no, like they treat us incredibly well, and so listen. I think the teams have learned, going back in the decades ago when they used to fly commercial everywhere, and I can't even imagine having to do that. To understand, these teams understand that rest is important for these guys, making sure that they're properly taken care of physically, mentally, making sure that they have proper nutrition and all that. They make sure that everything is first class, and so. If you're going to fly across country, chartering with a professional sports team is not a bad way to do it.
Now, when you fly in your own personal life now, do you go private, or are you able to get onto these commercial flights that the rest of us take?
Yeah, the Beasley paycheck is good, but I'm not sure it's private money good yet.
Okay.
Maybe on my second contract, we'll have to see how that goes. But no, listen, it does change your perspective a little bit. The flights don't change a whole lot, but when my wife and I travel, it tend to upgrade the hotel a little bit, or stay in, maybe upgrade the room at the hotel we're going to stay in, because a certain level of comfort becomes customary.
Yeah, you're becoming very spoiled. Now, how many meals will they serve you on this flight today?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. Typically on a regular flight, they'll have a meal selection of three different entrees, and they'll have some appetizers when the guys first get on the plane and all that. But for a cross country flight like this, maybe we'll have an extra snack or two along the way.
No, it's like a wedding where you can pick meat, chicken, or fish, or what is the deal there?
Yeah. Usually that's exactly what it is. Usually some sort of a beef and some sort of a chicken, and like a salad, like a salmon salad, or a Cobb salad or something like that that you get to choose from.
Oh,
And the champagne when you arrive on the flight?
Of
or
course.
no?
Yes. We all sip mimosas and get ready for takeoff.
Are they allowed to serve booze on these flights anymore or no?
Not really. There is on occasion, depending on where they're going, but generally it's a mostly dry flight, I believe.
Because I've heard beers used to be a fan of beers on the flight, but I don't know if that's the case anymore. All right. Well, listen, Ryan, have fun on your luxurious jaunt out to the West Coast, over the flyover states.
Yeah, enjoy Anaheim and San Jose. Lucky. Oh,
Anaheim's not so bad. Listen, there's a vibrant punk scene out there. You can go enjoy that in the Orange County area.
Well, what's really awesome is that it's going to be raining most of the time we're in Southern California. So, we picked a good time to go.
Hey, no wildfires. So you got that going for yourself. All right. Well, Ryan, hopefully the team, can get a little healthy and they can this is last time they went on a road trip. It wasn't so great, but so hopefully they can withstand this road trip. And as always, it's a pleasure, sir. Safe travels.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
See you,
appreciate
Ryan.
it. There you go. I am fascinated by taking the team flight out west. That's interesting to me because it does seem like there's real service, like with real meals.
Yeah.
Silverware and everything.
Also, the flights take a lot. I don't know what it is now, but flights usually take a lot less time for whatever
In the
reason.
air?
Yeah, for whatever reason. I don't know why. Whether the charters get like the fast pass or whatever it is. Like, say a normal flight is out to the West Coast is what, 5:30, whatever the case may be. Probably knock 20, 30 minutes off of that for a charter.
Oh, well, that's got to be landing. That's got to be not. That's because you're landing in a smaller
They're
airport.
just going faster, using a little more go-go juice.
I always am interested that when you're on a plane and they're like, "Yeah, we took off late, but we're going to make it up in the air." Like,
Right.
like-
They can go faster.
yeah, they can go faster.
Yeah.
And so, environment be damned. They're just dumping fuel. All right. Well, yeah, I got to imagine that it's like you don't have to circle and stuff. That when
Yeah.
you're landing in a private airport, that it's pretty much you're getting down whenever you want. It's kind of like an Earth, Wind, and Fire show. Whenever you want, you'll get down. You understand?
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
You want to do a first track, second track, whatever you want. You want to wait till the encore before you totally get down? That's up to you. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins lost to Carolina last night at TD Garden 3-1. That snaps the Bruins' 6-game home winning streak. Next up, as we were just discussing, a 4-game West Coast road trip, which begins in Anaheim tomorrow night. Celtics open up a home-and-home with the Nets in Brooklyn tonight. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. The rematch is Friday night back here. Patriots visit Cincinnati this Sunday. They caught a break yesterday. Bengals top gun Jamar Chase suspended for that game by the NFL. He spat on Pittsburgh defensive back Jalen Ramsey during the game last weekend. He's appealing the ruling, however. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Sparks. Sharpen your hockey skates at home with the Sparks Sharpener. Be ready for hockey season. Head to @sparkshockey.com and use promo Sports Hub at checkout for $50 off. I'm John Wallach at Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8 o'clock.
You're listening.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Listen at the end of this segment for a chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Ryan just texted me a menu from the flight from Salt Lake City to Nashville that they...
Oh, yeah?
That the Bruins had.
What are the selections?
Well, they have three. You can get in the beginning a fruit platter, vegetable platter, or cheeseburger sliders.
Ooh.
There just seems to be a little bit of a discrepancy between the first two and the last one.
Yes.
Then it's a 3-hour flight, so they have honey garlic chicken, barbecue pulled pork, braised beef short rib, superfood salmon salad, warm chocolate chip cookies, mixed berry yogurt parfait cups.
Warm chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. You sound... I don't like that.
Every time you hear it, whenever Ryan said it, you just said it, all I can think of is George. It's like, I got tuna and salmon salad because I know you don't like peanut butter, Tony.
Whatever happened to Dan Cortez?
When they're rock climbing.
I don't like when men fawn over dessert.
Oh, it's decadent.
John just did it.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
Well, okay. He fawns over desserts and also chicken fingers. That was his big thing. Big foodie over here when he was going to go nuts and go off his diet one weekend. I'm like, really? What are you going to do? You going out for, a baked Alaska and some creme brulee?
Because everybody does that when they break their diet. They go out and get baked Alaska, Hardy. Everybody does that.
At least going to go to like, a great pizza place. You're gonna enjoy a cowboy ribeye. No, he went to 2 different places to get chicken fingers. Poultry.
Decadence.
Cannibalism.
Foul.
Honey mustard.
Chicken fingers aren't even that bad for you. You realize that,
but
right?
They're not good. It's just like human chow. That's what kids eat.
So if I were to go off of my diet, what would
What's
you
your diet?
suggest? Other than baked Alaska. Hold on a second. Other than baked Alaska.
Well, you just said
what
pizza.
What is it? Is it pizza? Pizza is the one to really destroy the diet?
Like Anna's Taqueria and go
thinking
nuts.
fast food is what I was thinking.
Chicken fingers.
What is your normal diet that you're going off?
A lot of salads, a lot of fruits and vegetables when I go home and eat. And then at dinner, I'll have like steak or chicken or something like that, but nothing too crazy.
Is this because of the tumor?
No, it's not.
That juicy tumor they pulled out of your skull?
It's gone now. I don't know if it was juicy. I didn't see it.
What made you...
They asked me if I wanted it. I said no.
Are you on a strict diet?
No, not strict, but yeah, I like to...
He was having back problems. His doctor made him lose weight.
That's true.
No, I know well, John's very thin.
Yeah.
But you were never heavy. That's the thing.
No, not heavy.
He was pleasingly plump.
No. In fact, I wanted to fatten him up.
He's a little squishy.
If you were going to be in my line of sight, I wanted you nice and fattened up.
Chicken finger.
That's right. Joe's incredulous.
Joe and I, yes.
Joe's incredulous. So, but you have not a strict diet, but it's pretty much you don't eat meat until night.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh. And that was suggested by the doctor?
No, but you try a lot of different things, and that seemed to work for me. That seemed to induce a weight loss.
Are you having any plant protein during that time, or is it you just have your protein at night?
At night.
Oh, Jonathan.
Oh, John.
You did not go to a dietitian for this,
No,
did you?
I did not go to
Yogurt?
a dietitian. Every once in a while.
Well,
yeah.
dairy kind of throws that whole non-meat thing into a.
Yeah.
So if he's gonna go vegan, but he has to get some kind of
eggs.
Yes.
So you'll have eggs.
I do have eggs
before dinner.
Yes.
Oh, so you will get protein.
I will get. Yes,
because
I will have eggs before dinner. Yes.
Okay, because you need to at your age especially.
Yes.
I hope you're doing some strength training, Jonathan.
Am I working out? Yes.
Strength training. I didn't ask if you're working out.
Meaning what specifically?
What Wayne Muller suggested to me: deadlift, bench press, squats, and 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk fiber every day. Bobby Poole.
May I ask you this? What would be the confusion of what weight training is?
No, there are different kinds, Fred. I was wondering what kind you were endorsing.
I just said weight training in general.
Yes. The
Okay,
answer is
so you
yes.
do. What do you do for weight training?
I won't normally.
I'm not
it's
putting
like-
you on the spot. I'm curious.
I normally like the whatever you call it, not Cybex machines, but those kinds of things, bench press,
Okay.
shoulder press, that kind of thing.
Do you have something at home, like a?
No, I do not.
Okay,
You go
so
to
you
a
go to the
gym?
gym.
Yes.
What gym do you go to?
It's near behind Dick's Sporting Goods, called LA Fitness.
Okay, so you go to an LA Fitness.
Yes.
Okay, and that's in Natick.
Yes.
There's a Dick's in Natick.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, right there where
Right
where
there
it
on
gets
Route 9.
crappy.
That's right across from the Natick collection.
Yes, right across.
You know, when you're going down Route 9, and then you go, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This is where the property value plummets.
All those restaurants.
Well, restaurants is
Yes.
how you could call them. You could call them, this is where they finally allowed to have the fast food.
Olive Garden? Crap on Olive Garden like that.
I've never been to an Olive Garden in my
good
entire
food.
life.
I like it.
Oh,
Well,
man.
it's not like I haven't gone because I'm, like, opposed to it. It's just I've never been in a situation where someone suggested I go to an Olive Garden.
There's an Anna's Taqueria, I believe, right near there. Let's see. We got a bunch of stuff.
No, I know what's around there. I'm no stranger to
There was a
Natick.
TGI Fridays. There was an Uno. They're both closed.
Well, there was right before you got to that stretch. There was that was the Little Caesars, not Little Caesars, the Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's gone now.
I
Thank
know.
God. Thank God that's gone.
They weren't fan of cleaning that place.
No. Nope.
That's like the Chipotle on Needham Street. That's not. They don't. I don't know what the deal is with not taking the trash out. It's just like if I worked there, I would be like, this rules. I don't have to do anything. Like I don't have to take the trash out. Like if I worked there, I
Not
wouldn't
going to
care.
get in trouble, obviously.
But if I was the franchisee, I might be like, if I ever came into that restaurant, I'd be like, you guys just don't take the trash out. It's overflowing onto it's overflowing onto where the knives and forks and things are. There's just trash collected on this. That would be if I was a franchisee. I'm not asking a lot out of you guys. Could you take the trash out once a day?
There was the Chipotle that's easiest for me to go to that I'll pop into, and I'm not there when they open. I try and give them like a 15-minute window, right? But it's early for us.
You got to do a Ask Me Anything on Twitter while you wait.
Out of nowhere.
No, it wasn't out of nowhere. That was a setup.
Okay.
Dude, why don't you do that? Get some rapport with the audience. You could tell you how good you are. You could respond. Go ahead.
When I go in there,
you give them a grace period.
If I were the franchisee, I would walk in there and say, I understand that you guys are doing your prep work for the day, but is it wise to have one guy assembling the burritos and the bowls and then putting the stuff on it and then ringing up the customer and then going back to the hand wash station, putting on gloves and doing everything again? And I go in there and I count. There are 6 people standing around in the back, not heavily engaged in work. And there's one person doing everything at the front counter. This is 15 minutes after they open. And there's a line of 8-10 people there.
Okay, so I, having worked at Blimpies in these places, never get upset about that. No, I don't get upset about any of this, but I never fault them for not wanting you in there.
Neither do I. And if it's like one of those days, I just leave.
Yeah. So, I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Apathy towards the customer,
Sure.
I get that completely.
Yes.
What I don't understand is if you're the manager, and if I'm the manager, I don't care if my staff is apathetic. That's not my issue. But I would, if I was the manager, be like, guys, there's trash overflowing onto the things that the people are going to use to touch the food. This is disgusting. Could you please, this visually, this isn't working. I would be the best manager. I would be so cool. I would be like, I understand you hate the customers. I hate the customers.
But this is me personally. I don't want to look at it.
Could you just for the sake of everyone, once a day take the trash out and just put a new trash bag in there. That's all. Ice is there's no ice in the ice machine because all the ice is overflowing out of the gutter of the
Anyone else
soda
seeing
machine.
this?
Yeah, exactly. This just looks. This looks like if the FDA came in, they'd be like, no. And I'll say it. It's the Chipotle on Needham Street. I had a conference with one of my daughter's teachers one time, and they're like, that Chipotle on Needham Street's dirty. I said it to them.
Sue me. I'll take pictures next time I'm in there. Caller number 10 of the contest line, 617-931-0985. We'll score a pair of tickets. Oh, we have fun here. For the fourth row to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO, and more at the DCU Center on November 29th. Tickets are available now at Ticketmaster.com. Are we getting to the front row on Friday?
No, this is we just have fourth row.
Oh, the whole fourth row is going to be Toucher and Hardy fans.
That's right.
This is going to be like a real scene. Everyone's going to be getting laid. You get fourth row of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing is going to be a real orgy if you guys want.
Puff, puff, pass.
Start communicating with each other. Get this going like an old MySpace party we used to have. All right. We will be back, and Andrew Callahan's back. If he starts talking about the baby like we didn't ever had any, I'm going to get infuriated. So you save that for your immediate relatives. We'll be back in just a moment.
Warm chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, shut up.
Toucher and Hardy, 98.5.
details matter. You could see on the goals against, it's you don't get the puck out and all of a sudden it ends up in a net. So those are little things we have to learn throughout the season.
Riley Tufte got called up for this game. He scored his first goal of the season in the final 10 seconds to at least put the Bruins on the board. A 4-game road trip is next. It starts in Anaheim tomorrow night. Celtics open up a home-and-home with the Nets in Brooklyn this evening. Randy and Max have the pregame at 7 and the tip-off at 7:30 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And the Patriots visit Cincinnati Sunday. They may have caught a major break. Bengals top wide receiver Jamar Chase suspended for this weekend by the NFL after spitting on Pittsburgh defensive back Jalen Ramsey last weekend. He is, however, appealing this ruling. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the $14.99 Big Deal Meals at the 99. Like the roasted turkey dinner, available every Monday through Wednesday for just $14.99. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Takes the step, rolling to his right. He's being chased by Judon. Drake May on the run for the 5. Gets away.
Drake May knows it.
Boston, he's the best sports city in the world.
98.5 The Sports Hub. Toucher and Hardy.
Such an fantastic explosion.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
No, that trust was built up, probably when I was in middle school when he was playing in the league. It was long ago. Guys like him and Hunter and Mac, you trust those guys for what they've done in this league. And I just try to give them chances. And
Jack.com. Andrew, hello, congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you, Fred.
On the child. Now, when was the child born?
11 days ago. So 2 Fridays ago.
11 days ago.
November 8th.
And everything went fine.
Yeah, actually, that was a Saturday, so now you can tell I had dad brain. November 8th. But yeah, things went fine. We had my wife had a fairly quick labor when we got in Friday night, overnight, and then she was out Saturday morning, happy and healthy, and now happy to be home for just over a week.
Okay.
Now, we knew it was a girl.
Yes.
But what is the child's name?
Carmela.
Oh. Family name?
Her Alicia, my wife's great-grandmother, and a name that always kind of struck me is you don't hear that often. I kind of like the uncommon name, a little sweet, but also a little strong. And so we went back and forth and landed on there. So a little family tribute and just kind of checked all the boxes.
Don't let her marry a heavy Italian guy because
I've heard that.
He will not stay faithful.
Carmela Callahan, or did your wife?
No, Carmela Callahan.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because you said you'd taken my name. That's what Andrew said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a thing sometimes.
No, not for us.
All right, good. Well, sleeping, doing okay?
Yeah, we're hanging. I usually take the 9 to 3, 9 to 4 shifts. We have my mother-in-law staying with us, who's been just an absolute angel and helping out wherever she can. And some nights, like last night, there's nothing you could do because she's just crying and she's fed and you got the clean diaper and we burped you and what's going on? And then other nights when I need to catch up on the Patriots games and rewatch overnight and she's sound asleep, I'm like, this is good. So yeah, really, really, really doing well.
Something happened, you said off air?
Yeah, when it happened at the hospital, when we finally got there Friday, again, she has onset contractions, hit immediately. She's throwing up, and the nurses who we had met with beforehand told us, hey, you got to stay home as long as you can. Yeah, we should do this, but she's just got nothing left immediately. So we go into the hospital, and for the next 60 hours, we were at Beth Israel. This is not lip service, token, nice guy stuff. The nurses were among the best people I've ever met in my entire life. First class care that we got. But among the 20 or so nurses that we had, there was one that my wife did not like. And it was the first one that we met, checked in at the triage. So this woman comes in and she's, hey, girlfriend, how are we doing? And my wife didn't know this until very recently, but in the next 3 to 4 minutes, I am in the corner of this hospital room, averting my gaze because I can't quite figure out yet if this was the last girl I dated before my wife.
Is that true?
She was a nurse. She had similar height, hair color, voice, and just kind of mannerisms. The hey girlfriend thing was something I heard her say to her girlfriends over and over and over again. So mind you, this is now 2.5 hours, 3 hours into labor. My wife has nothing left to kind of continue to throw up. She's there. I'm holding my hand at a distance, just kind of.
Yeah.
Nope. And it was not my ex-girlfriend, but I cannot tell you down to the color of the headbands that woman used to wear. I'm like, was she a prenatal nurse? Or was she
How
was
long
she in the
ago
ER?
was this?
This was coming up on 7 years ago. but she worked in Boston. She's, I believe, still a nurse, last I heard.
How long did you date her?
It's like 5-6 months.
Seems like you would be able to.
No, because that.
You know how frantic that is? I don't know what's going on.
But like if you're hearing this now, this is the past. But I will be at the gym or something, and someone will be like a woman will be looking at me like, and I'll be like, is this woman glaring at me? And then I'll have to go, have we had sex? Do you have that like? Nah. Or you'll be like at a park walking a dog, and you'll
But
be
for
like,
you, that would only be like a couple of years at the most.
yeah, but still, it's like, well, because there's a distance. My eyesight's not great, and so you'll be like, oh no, and then you'll be like, oh okay. But sometimes it's oh no, oh no.
Oh,
Why are you mad at me? I thought everything was fine.
Did your wife not like this woman for other reasons?
No, just her like sunny disposition at the most
okay.
painful moment of my wife's entire life.
Okay.
Mind you, like she still obviously continued in labor. We had one nurse overnight. We had another in the morning. And then at the end, I can't remember the particular reason, but we ended up having like an audience, like 15 people in the room, part NICU staff, like everyone ready to help out and go and had a role. But you could tell she was so fatigued. I obviously hadn't slept and had it much better than her, goes without saying, that you're like, you don't care that she's propped up and there's, 1% of the hospital watching and ready to help.
It's tougher on the man in
crazy.
a long labor. Absolutely. My wife,
for the record, do not agree with that.
No. It is. And my ex-wife will tell you this, is that when my son was born, his mother's water broke and we went to the hospital, but she was barely dilated. So they were like, you got to stay here, but it's not going to happen for a long time. And they put her on an epidural.
Yes.
And she just called her friends and was having the time of her life.
Yeah.
She didn't care.
I'm with you, Fred. The whole childbirth thing, not that big a deal. They get to lay down the whole time. They get all these drugs injected directly into their spinal column. Meanwhile, I'm sleeping in this very uncomfortable chair. I got people in and out of there interrupting my broken sleep to begin with. Much tougher on the guy.
So if I can get back to my point, is that for like
I'm sorry, I didn't know I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
We going back to the women at the gym you had sex with?
No, you had to. No, stop that. That's not what I said. is that you? You're talking about like the actual childbirth. That's not what I'm talking about. When there's like 35 hours between when you get to the hospital when the child is born, you're sitting around and you have no control and there's nothing for you to do. If you'll recall, I was like on the air because I was on in the noon at the time, and then like people were sending beer and stuff over to the hospital. And yeah, the mother was in bed. She was on an epidural. She was feeling great. Now putting in the epidural wasn't, I'm sure, fun, but once it was in, she was fine. And she was like, why don't you leave for a while? Like you can just go, not like take your car and leave. But I had to kill 35 hours of just like sitting around. And she did drugs and everything else. She was having the time of her life. Now, look at when the child was born, that's her responsibility. I had to look at the stuff, which was gross. But
they don't give you any warning either. When the baby starts to show, I thought there would be some type of production, like some announcement. It's like, okay, everybody ready. And they just said, no, you stand up and hold that leg there. I'm like, whoa. Hold on a second. We're paying a lot of money to have this done. I don't get out of the car and help with my own oil change. I'm not doing this. And you don't have a choice. They're like, no, Dad, you stand right there. Stand there and hold that.
Well, they want you to feel like you're a part of it.
Well, that was me, not to give you some evidence for your case. That was me for 4 hours with pushing, holding one leg and the entire time with the other nurses who came in.
Now, that is, I have all the sympathy in the world for the woman, is during the actual labor. But when you're just, I can't tell you that, like, how far away from the baby coming out we were. And they were like, yeah, you'll just be sitting here. So, like, it wasn't like I was like, oh, this is a struggle for me as the baby comes out of you. There was just all this time where nothing was going to happen. Like, we walked around the hall. And then they were like, all right, screw it. We'll just, like, drug you up and let you sit here. And she just sat there. She was in a great mood. She was having the time of her life. And I was never had, I didn't know what was going on. And I had no idea what was happening. No one was talking to me. So I was just sitting around worried. I called everyone in my phone. Beth Israel too. I paced around Beth Israel, the front of that hospital, for a day. I might have gotten in 40,000 steps, just pacing around, not knowing what was going on. And she was just like, "Yeah, this is great." She was all blissed out, and I'm like, "Oh no, this is no fun for me." But my daughter, my ex-wife was a trooper. My daughter, we had just moved into our new house, and my ex-wife, my wife at the time, she wakes me up and she goes, "Fred, I didn't want to get you up because I know we moved in yesterday, but I think I'm going to have the baby right now." And I went, "Oh," and we drove to the hospital. I was never more in love. I said, "Oh, thank you for not waking me up." And then we went to the hospital, and immediately the baby came out.
Nice. That's great.
The son was
Very
a
good.
big hassle, and then he was covered in poo, and so the NICU had to come in and rub him off.
great.
He gets a kick out of that, though. I go, "You were covered in your own crap when you came out." It was a whole scene, and I just was told to avert my eyes from the afterbirth because it was going to be like the placenta was going to be on a table.
Yeah.
And everyone had said, "Don't look at the placenta." And I went, yeah, I don't want to see that. And sure enough, out of the corner of my eye, they just had it on a table, like on a little wet bar.
Did you cut the cord?
Yes, I did cut the cord.
So I declined.
Oh,
Why?
I wasn't given a choice. They said, "Here, take these."
Yeah, they
and
didn't
cut
really
them.
give me a choice either. But I would have done it anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't like grossed out. I just felt like a tradition that didn't really mean a whole lot to me.
Regret that for the rest of your life. I don't even know how you're going to bond with that girl. You didn't cut the cord.
I will say you made the right call because the consistency of the feeling of getting through it, it wasn't.
Well,
one of
also
my
just that they give you
favorite
blunt
things.
scissors and I got to go at it again, and then you look like a guy who's never picked up a pair of scissors before, and your wife's like, "Is this the guy who I'm really asking to take care of the kid that just came out of me, who can't cut one thing?" You said you moved right before Zoe
We
came?
moved the day before Zoe came.
So
yeah.
I was just telling Hardy we are going to have to move shortly because I called my landlord day after we got home, which was 2 Mondays ago. I said, "Hey, it's a little cold in here. Can we work on the heat? We got a newborn." He goes, "Oh yeah, not a problem. We should also test for lead, by the way." I go, "What?" Because I just assumed, granted I know lead paint's been around any house before 1978, but I said, why wasn't this done before? Come in, test for it. It's all over our apartment.
Yeah.
And he goes, we got to uproot you now and again. And thank God the inspector who gave me his card, guy's name was Kevin. He was outstanding. I called later, said, "Hey, how dangerous this is. I've not slept. I don't know anything about lead, the exposure, blah, blah, blah." He was awesome. Talked to his boss, pediatrician. We're like, "Look, don't open your windows where it's prevalent and just hang in and don't let her chew on the windowsill and you'll be fine." But that was an immediate, do we have to uproot and go? So it'll be 1 to 4 weeks now, probably after Thanksgiving. But it's just been that at least we got the break, initially.
Yeah, my father, there was sewage coming out of our toilets while we were in the hospital, and my father called me, and he's like, "Give me the number of a plumber," and I went, "What the hell is wrong with you? You get a number for what do you think I have a list of plumbers in my head? We moved into the house yesterday. This is the first property I've owned in Massachusetts. How the hell would I know a plumber? You looking for a plumber?" And when he came into the hospital for the first time, they brought my son in to meet his sister, and my father was acting like he wanted to beat me up. He was glaring at me and really pissed off at me. He couldn't separate. He was so put upon by the problems that the new house was having that he had to deal with that he was like, "You prick, you didn't do enough to help with the house." Not thinking, "Oh, you just had a kid."
Right.
You literally just had a kid.
But you figure when you were born, he maybe wasn't even there. May have been on the golf course.
No, he was probably in Chattanooga or pacing around, fraught with his big business problems that he was having.
Hanging out with his plumber friends.
Yeah, well, I'm like, you've heard of the Yellow Pages or Google. These things exist. I don't know why you're asking me. Well, can you call the builders? Fine. I call the builders, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll get in there, but you're going to need a plumber right now. We'll help out, but you're going to need to get a plumber." I said, "You got to get a plumber." "What plumber?" "Oh, my God. You want me to do it from here? You get the plumber." All right. Now you had to bring that up, Andrew. I'm all pissed at my father. All right, but Andrew's here, and he could have banged his nurse. Who knows? But it turned out he had not.
It was not Sydney. No.
But okay. Wow. Well, that's a break. It could have been anyone.
And I had
Andrew was a
the
real
good
swordsman.
sense not to tell my wife in the moment, though it was all that I could think about, aside from the impending birth of my daughter. Was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of hormones, a lot of emotions right now. You would have been probably okay never bringing it up, but
that wouldn't have been that uncomfortable. I don't think it would have been if it was that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't end particularly great, but I think with enough time passing and you understand, like, hey, what's happening now is more important, it would have been fine. But
she's probably very happy, you know? I mean, would you think she's
probably
still
happier now?
Do you think she's still pining over you?
No.
Nice ego on you, Andrew. Like, she would have been like, oh, it's the one that got away, and now he's having a kid that should be
rubbing
my
it
kid.
in.
That should be me. That should be me on that table, Andrew. Why did she get your seed while I'm sitting here barren? No. She's probably thrilled you're no longer around. All right. Anyway, we have to get to football. Are you familiar with what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're up to date?
I was at the game Thursday and rewatched the Bucs game twice.
Wow.
There you go.
So we're good.
All right. So you couldn't come in on Tuesday, but you were at the game on Thursday.
Correct.
Understood. All right. We will have Andrew. We will talk about the Patriots in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
Gambling can be addictive, just like alcohol and other...
Sports Hub.
No one feels. Andrew, it's been a couple weeks since we've talked to you. So Tampa Bay and the New York Jets, 2 impressive wins, one on the road in Tampa Bay and one on a short week against the Jets. How is this team evolving? How impressed were you with those 2 victories?
Pretty impressed. I mean, I had written about a month ago, if they beat the Falcons and the Bucks, that puts them at 8-2. I'll call them legitimate Super Bowl contenders. And the thing that I liked most about that game wasn't you just went on the road and you beat a good team, blah, blah, blah. But when it came down to the clutch moments that are going to come up in the playoffs and probably against the Bills and maybe the Ravens later this season, they not only outplayed the Bucks, but I think outcoached them in a way where before the Bucks score in their last drive, you got a 3rd and 3 and a 4th and 3. The defensive calls and the disguise there forced Baker Mayfield to hesitate and then obviously take a sack at the end. And so that stuff where it's not a top 5 defense, but there's enough there in the big moments that I trust them to do enough where obviously Drake May, who had a down game that day, is going to be the best part of your team and propel you forward. But can you do enough to support him? And so then when he plays clean, simple football against the Jets, it wasn't about the clutch moments, but can you have few penalties? They only had 2. Can you have 0 turnovers? They had 0. And just wait out a bad team. It's exactly what they did. So, yeah, really impressed the last couple of weeks.
Why are they so good against the run? Like, what are they doing that makes them so effective?
It's a good question because this is something that's carried over from Tennessee, as has the kind of it's not a bad pass defense, but it's a little disappointing if we're being honest, just the way that teams can consistently throw on them. They're allowed completion percentages north of 70 right now.
And against the Jets, there were opportunities there that weren't taken advantage of by the Jets.
Shout out A.D. Mitchell.
Right.
But so in Tennessee, they were always outstanding versus the run, and sometimes their personnel was better than others. But consistently, elite run defense, so-so pass defense. That's held up here. I think this is as much about just how they teach the defense, and it all sounds like cliches when we ask the guys after, oh, how'd you hold another runner to fewer than 50 yards? But the way that they swarm and how confident they are to get there and setting an edge, that once you have everyone kind of to the ball, as long as you're not allowing him to escape outside, you're going to be fine. And that's what they've done really well this year, not just with your Harold Landry's, but Marcus Jones has been a big piece of this because sometimes he's behind Kayvon Chason, who teams have been picking on now for months and going in his direction and often getting good long runs. But behind him, that run support, they call them force players. You know, even sometimes it's Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis. They've been very physical, and that has been a staple of Mike Vrabel's defense. Again, dating back to Tennessee, physical, violent defense.
Should we worry about? We saw Tucker kind of get on track against the Patriots a couple weeks ago, and the Jets had some success, and now Milton Williams is out. Should we be worried moving forward?
The Milton Williams piece is the one that worries me the most, and Doug Kyde, my man at the Herald, was kind enough to split the film review this week. So he watched more of the defense versus the Jets. I studied it. I didn't write about it. But he wrote there was a clear drop-off once Milton left that game with their run defense. Now, the Jets only run the ball. So when they get more yards than average, they're running more than average in other teams. That I'm not worried about. But it's the depth. And this has been the concern with this roster where, you know, I thought they'd be 9-8. Obviously, I was wrong. They've been fantastic. But your margin for error is smaller in that when you miss a player like him, now the strength of your team, this thing you could bank on week to week to week, it's not gone, but there are cracks. And if Corey Durden or Joshua Farmer is not up to those early down plays that are forcing teams into 2nd and 8 and 3rd and 6 or longer, then this is a different ballgame. You can't play defense the way you've wanted to because you're missing a player like Milton Williams.
Okay. They're still allowing scoring on opening drives.
Yes.
And this is just a weird thing, especially when you look at how the defense reacts and behaves for the rest of the game. After watching the Tampa Bay game a couple of times and being at the Jets game, even though you couldn't be here with us last week. So now you've seen something on film twice and once in person. What's the explanation?
So the only commonality that I've seen with all of these drives, and I think it's 8 out of 11 now, and most of those are touchdowns, the Patriots just saved their stupidest, most basic mistakes for that opening drive. Like the touchdown they gave up in Tampa was Marcus Jones, one of their most consistent and best players on defense, by any metric or measure or desire test, just looking in the wrong place and letting Igbuka just leak out behind him. Like everyone else is sound in that coverage except for Marcus Jones. Tennessee, Carlton Davis slips down, you get an explosive, and all these different things happen. So, you know, what I've been saying to this point, although it's continued, is that every team has a thing that their fan base complains about, and it's a problem, and you can't fix it, and you don't know why. This is the Patriots thing. That's not to excuse it, But there's just something about, even when they try to set the tone and they're aggressive. You remember that first play against New Orleans, right? They send a corner blitz, and then I think it was Olave or Rashid Shaheed goes down the field for 45 yards, and the Saints burn them there. Like, they've tried different plans initially, and none of them are hitting because if you're just missing tackles, you get your eyes in the wrong place, it doesn't matter what defense you're playing. And that's what they've been doing. It's just kind of screwing up on the first drive and then being pretty solid the rest of the way.
All right, when you look now and you're looking at the rest of the season, couple would be easy games, especially with Jamar Chase. Another lucky stroke. He most likely won't be playing against the Patriots on Sunday. I mean, that's a good offense, but that defense and their defensive end most likely is not going to be playing in that game.
The appeal process, I'm sorry to interrupt, but how long does that take, Andrew?
It should be done within the week.
Yeah, they
Okay.
48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. I think I read that it might take. So it seems like he won't be playing in that game. Then there's the bye, and then they have a couple tough games. When you look at the AFC as a whole, do you think the Patriots are the best team in the AFC right now?
No.
Okay.
I think it's close, but no.
Okay, so the Bills are interesting, and I think I heard a national guy. Oh, no, it was the Iron Eagle. We had him on. And Iron Eagle likes Buffalo. And the reason that he likes Buffalo is despite their deficiencies, it's the Josh Allen factor. In a playoff situation, Drake May's great. MVP very well could win the MVP. Is Josh Allen like a different animal in the playoffs? Like, can May take over a game like Allen did on Sunday?
May can take over a regular season game like Allen did, of course. In the playoffs, nobody knows because we haven't seen it. Like, if you asked us about Josh Allen.
Right, but is that like a factor? Like, say you have Buffalo at home, and because, the playoffs are different. Do you lean on a guy with experience like Josh Allen over a guy like Drake May? Does that scare you, or do you go, the more complete team, defense and offense, is the Patriots? Does the complete team win, or does the quarterback who's done it before win?
Because Josh Allen was just named MVP, I lean with the quarterback here. This is not, pick your top 10. This is not, even Dak Prescott's been really good, but this isn't like, oh, he's more experienced, I'll take him over Drake May. No, Drake May's been as good as any quarterback in the league.
Right.
The thing with Josh Allen is it's always two plays that you have to defend with him. There's the initial play, which is often well designed, okay, and then there's the extended play. And sometimes he'll get himself into trouble. Other times he'll have 6 touchdowns against a really good defense like he did in Tampa Bay. So I'm going to take Josh Allen in that scenario. I don't think that's by any means an offense to Drake May, who might be an MVP at the end of this season. But to me, that is the tiebreaker because I think the talent is similar. Buffalo has clear issues. The thing I would think about going into the playoffs are 3 things. Number 1, who gets that number 1 seed? It's not just being at home, but you just skip the wild card round, so there's no chance you can lose. Number 2, who has the best quarterback? Drake May's in that conversation. But then what's the best unit on the field? To me right now, in the entire AFC, that would be the Broncos defense. And I don't think that matters as much as Josh Allen. But if I pick Josh Allen as the best quarterback and the Broncos defense is the best unit of all these playoff teams, we just excluded the Patriots in a conversation. So you might be well balanced, but it's just hard to bet on them right now over those 2 things.
Because, we were talking about this yesterday, and John's smiling over there about, I know what you're going to say, John. Don't even.
Not going to say
I haven't heard it.
Not going to say a word.
Well, you scoffed when I had brought up the Broncos weeks ago.
I did?
Yes, I said you wouldn't want to play the Broncos in the playoffs, and you scoffed.
Well, they had just beaten the Jets by, I think, 13-11.
That was overseas. And the defense was very dominant.
That was on Mars. It wasn't even the right atmosphere.
You take those
80% gravity.
You take those international games as like a litmus of how good a team is.
So when that happened, week 6 or 7, and we have only 6 or 7 games at that point, and one of them is a tiny win over the Jets, that weighed pretty heavily for me.
Well, it looks like you were wrong.
When it comes to Buffalo or it comes to Denver, we were talking about this yesterday. The Patriots don't have that one thing that's going to strike the fear in hearts of other teams.
Well, Drake May is that guy. That thing.
Yeah, but to the degree that Josh Allen is?
Right now, here's what's happened with.
Let me answer that for you. No.
I would argue you're wrong because of the way teams, for example, the Jets, okay? They play man coverage almost as much as anybody else in the league. It's not 1 or 2, but they're in the top 10. Against the Patriots, they played zone, and sometimes it's quarters, which involves in demand, but setting that aside, 80% of the time. Because teams have gone from we can load the box against the Patriots and play man coverage across the board to we're going to play too high and we're going to have to play match coverage and mix everything up because we can't defend everything against the Patriots. And the reason is not because the running game's dominant or because we have a top 5 receiver on our hands, as good as Stephon Diggs has been. It's because Drake May can hurt us any which way that he wants. Over the top, scrambling, short passing game where he was something like 16 of 18 against the Jets.
But until they see it, until he throws for 3 and rushes for 3, no one's telling Josh Allen to get down right now and to save himself from tackles. And teams know that about Drake May. It's no slight to Drake May to say he's not as fearsome a weapon yet as Josh Allen is.
Yeah, I agree.
But
is that the bar, though? 6 touchdowns until Drake May does that?
No,
then he's not as serious?
My point was that there is not that one thing that I think every team would agree on. It's like, oh, man, I don't know how we're going to beat the Patriots because of X. They're a very well-rounded team right now. It's a compliment to the overall team structure of the Patriots as much as it is they're lacking that one identifiable trait that makes them so nasty and such a problem for a team in the playoffs, like Denver's defense, like Josh Allen is for Buffalo.
Yeah, Drake May's playing as well, if not a little bit better than Josh Allen right now, to the point about the playoffs being different. That's where there's a little bit of an unknown just because I've seen him do it. I've seen him go against the Bill Belichick defense, Josh Allen, and never punt and put up 47 points. And play games that should have had the Bills in the AFC Championship game were not for 13 seconds of their defense and special teams crapping the bed. So that guy's got some pelts on the wall. Drake May doesn't yet, even though he's playing as well. He is the thing that scares you most about the Patriots because, again, defensive coordinators now realize that this is a pick-your-poison proposition with him, okay? And, of course, we all know poison's bad. Like you can't. There's only limiting Drake May, and that comes into play with the we're going to play too high and we're going to do our best, and sometimes that's not good enough. We just have to count on him, like the Jets did, on missing some throws deep where he was 1 of 6.
It's just if I'm playing the Patriots, it's scary because I know I can't run against them, so my offense becomes conceivably one-dimensional, and then I can get pressure on the quarterback and he can elude it and throw it in the face of it, so that limits me defensively. And so and it's just interesting how this season has played out. Very strange that there doesn't seem to be a team that maybe is that way, right? Like I don't know if there's another team that's that way. Baltimore's defense has improved, but they're weak. Bill's defense is weak. Denver's got a great defense. Their quarterback doesn't come alive until the second half of the fourth quarter. The Chargers are very flawed, and Kansas City might not make the playoffs. So, and Jacksonville's a joke, and I'm not afraid of Indianapolis if I'm anyone. So it is surprising with the talent on the Patriots before the season on paper that I could make an argument that that's the team that's the most well-rounded. Because I think everything I just said is fair. Like I don't go into that game planning on having a successful run game, even though you've made the point that maybe that's depleted a little bit.
Not if Mel Williams is out.
Yeah, but just Reese was saying yesterday that over the last couple of games he's seen it open up a little bit. But let's just go in with that thinking, and then Christian Gonzalez is on one side, so that's very difficult. So maybe one side of the field I'm not going to have a lot of success on throwing the ball, and then offensively, like I can blitz May and he can stand in the face of it and either throw downfield while getting hit, or he can extend plays. That's frightening. I mean, that's a very tough team to play against. Now, if they have to go on the road, by some miracle, they have to go to Buffalo in the playoffs on the road, probably I don't like them in that game. If they have to go to Denver on the road, maybe I don't like them in that game. I certainly think it's kind of a push, but maybe they lose that game. But anyone at home, I mean, I'd hate to say it, but I don't know. I mean, who's favored at New England? In your mind, I mean, I don't know.
The interesting part is they've been worse at home than they've been on the road.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. But I think the best thing you said was it's a push, and whether it's the Broncos or honestly, I would put the Colts in there. They passed every test, in terms of how they played their best opponents and the deeper metrics. And just really quickly, like I do think the run defense, is going to crack a little bit. Teams also know they can dink and dunk, and that's where this playoff game, I think, when we get there, is going to come down to. The Patriots are probably going to be forced to dink and dunk themselves. If Drake May can stay patient and accurate enough, and he's been insanely accurate, they'll be fine. But defensively, they're going to need to force more tackles for losses and sacks, and that hasn't been
Turnovers
there as well.
would be good as well, something they haven't done in the last few weeks.
Because teams will, if they can do it, will want to do that to keep Drake May off the field, and that's, I think, the battleground that's going to decide them whenever they do get to the playoffs. Who can play the steadiest and most consistent? Because it's going to be a chunk-by-chunk game.
All right, we have to take a break. We'll be back with 2 stats and a lie.
Sports Hub head.
individuals who seek acceptance, respite, and care.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
2, 2, 2, to 2, 2, to 2 steps. 1, 1, 1, the 1, 1, the 1 line. 2, 2, 2, to 2, 2, to 2 steps. 1 line, 2 steps, 1 line.
Oh, it is 2 stats and 1 lie. It is Andrew Callahan from the Boston Herald. He has got some scheme here with the 3 lie thing, and it's all complicated. No reason to get into it, but he will give us 3 statistics. 2 will be real, 1 will be a lie, or all 3 could be lies, and that's why John is such a commanding lead. What is his lead now?
7-3-2, 7 for John, 3 for me, 2 for you, Fred.
Yeah, I'm not doing well. All right, Andrew, let's not waste time. Let's get right into it.
He's a father now, you know.
Papa's got 2 stats, but just 1 lie. Papa's got 2 stats, but just 1 lie. Gotta make up your mind.
And Austin Hooper's started 6 games. Let's throw him in there. Drake May has a passer rating higher than 100. All of those guys.
All right.
Is Hooper a starter?
He started 6 of 11 games, and they play a lot of 12 personnel. So by the definition I just gave you, more than half the games, yes.
All right.
All right.
No, is Hooper on the injured list? Was he on injured reserve?
Hooper didn't play last week, but he's not on IR,
not on IR.
right now. Interesting.
Well, you got to go first, John, because you have such a commanding lead.
Okay.
Are we clear in the last one, though? I know I tried forever last night to word it as simply and as concisely as I could.
So pass catcher refers to, just one more
running
time?
back, tight end, or receiver. So this is not total. It's just each of these guys, whenever they're being targeted, Drake May has a higher passer rating than 100.
Okay.
All
right.
What would be? I'm sorry. What would be the alternative to a pass catcher?
Just an offensive lineman who might be eligible.
Okay.
All right. Am I going first? Okay. Milton Williams, first Patriots starter, go on IR. They've been incredibly lucky with injuries this year. Gonzalez, I don't think was on injured reserve. He came back.
But he said Gonzalez counts.
No, I understand that. I don't think he went on injured reserve. I think he was back by week 3, if I remember correctly.
Week 4, maybe.
Maybe week 3 or week 4.
I think week 4.
But injured reserve means he misses 4 games.
I know.
So I think Milton Williams is the first Patriot starter to go on injured reserve since Mike Vrabel. Drake May has never spiked the ball in his NFL career.
Ramondre Stevenson didn't go on injured reserve.
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so. So Drake May has never spiked the ball in his NFL career. I don't know how we would ever know that.
See, the first one sucks because we seem stupid if we get it wrong.
Right. Well,
because we should know that.
I'm going out on a limb on being stupid because I think the first 2 are true and number 3 is the lie.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Number 3, Andrew said he like researched this. He went through all this work. I don't think you go through all that work if it's a lie. It's like, no, there's the lie right there. So I think that one is true. I think Drake May spiked the ball once or twice last season. He said in his NFL career. So I think that's what he's trying to trip us up by just thinking about this season. So I think number 2 is the lie.
So he played.
Come on, dickhead.
It doesn't bother me. I'm used to it. I don't think you've 25-year career in radio. You think that's going to bother me? You got another thing coming. Oh Jesus! Because like were they ever?
You want to take the break to think about it?
Yeah, I was going to suggest.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let's do
You
that.
wanted
We'll
the
come back and
tease.
finish
There.
it.
Now let's take the break and think about it. All right. We'll be right back.
Hey. You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
The holidays are approaching. Have you fixed your leaky roof? Have you put in the new windows or the siding? Do you need a new deck before the snow piles on? Now's the time to do the deck, boy. Don't wait until the spring. No. Call Beantown Home Improvements. They are the team that has your back and won't shut their doors on you, which has happened recently, unfortunately, for both the company and really for the homeowner. You know, you're in the middle of a project and some guy closes up shop and you're stuck. That's not going to happen with Beantown Home Improvements. Give them a call. You'll speak with Meryl. She is going to hook you up with Jim and the rest of the team, and they will get going on your project. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, decks. Great time of year to do the deck. 44 Beantown is the phone number, or go to Bean.
one lie. Papa's got two stats, but just one lie. Gotta make up your mind. Which one is the lie?
All right, dickhead over here came
And can we all agree he's not going to come in with the 3-lie week? He's not going to do that.
He's too tired.
I can't imagine that, that these are 3 lies because they all seem true. So I'll give him that. These are good ones. They all seem true to me. By the way, we're Toucher and Hardy. Oh, I think it's a great bit. I think you do a great job. I'm not the one who
I just mean this week.
You don't know. It was great. It's good. It's very good. It's hard. Anyway, so you can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 on the Sport. The Sport's up on YouTube. Andrew Callahan from the Boston Herald covers the Patriots is here. He does a segment called 2 Stats and 1 Lie with us, which involves him giving 3 statistics, and we have to figure out which one is the lie. All right, so can you just repeat them for the audience?
Sure. Number 1, Milton Williams is the first Patriots starter to go on injured reserve since Mike Vrabel took over. Number 2, Drake May has never spiked the ball starting Patriots pass catcher.
All right, so, John, you picked which one is the
3.
lie? 3 is the lie.
3 is the lie, yes.
And you picked 2 is the lie, Hardy, right?
Yeah, I'm saying that Drake May spiked the ball at least once last year.
All right, so I agree with Hardy that 3 is true because it seems like a lot to go through for a lie.
Correct.
And plus, it's a positive stat for May, so I got to figure that that's, like, good. See, I'm going to feel so dumb if they put another guy on IR besides Milton Williams and no one got it right. And that's the thing, is that, like, I just don't want to have none of us get that.
If it happened during camp, you can't call that person a starter.
No, he did, though. He said that if they started a majority of the games, or that they're like a starter.
Nah, I'm sticking by my guns.
Because I would think Milton Williams is the first guy to go on IR. But then again, I'm an idiot. So Drake May's never killed the clock. He'd have to know that he has killed the clock. And maybe he killed the clock like in the Tampa Bay game or something, like at the end of the half. I'm going to say 1's the lie, just so to get us.
So someone is going to be right. Yeah, someone's going to be right.
No, but also, like, I don't want us to get that one wrong because that's like something we should know.
That's fair.
But if you don't know who it was, then you don't really get credit for knowing.
Yeah, but in the mix, in the soup that is all the weeks of this, you would figure that would get lost.
We'll forget after a while, yeah.
Well, can you remember which one of these?
No.
All right, go ahead, Andrew.
Don't call it a comeback, but number 2 is the lie. Hardy is right.
All right. That's what I would have, if I was going with instinct, that's what I would have gone with. But at least I don't feel like a fool. All right.
When did he spike the ball?
Sometime last year.
Yeah.
Once. He's done it once. Has not happened this year. End of the half at Tampa was that touchdown to Stephon Diggs. And, it's only been once, which I was hoping it was never. But this is one of those, like, that'll be the lie this week.
Yeah.
So, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hardy, Wallach is still at 7. You were at 4. Fred is at 2.
Yeah.
And I would have none if there was no going back.
Which means Hardy now is within striking distance. He could tie Wallach as soon as next week, if next week is the all-lie edition.
That's hot stuff.
That's good
stuff. So, Milton Williams is the first Patriots starter to go on injured reserve since Mike Vrabel took over. The only other definition, if we include camp, which I did, is if you're running regularly with the first-team offense and first-team defense. Jelani Tavai is the closest you could get there, but he was rotating and practicing with the second team.
Okay, fair enough. And that's where I thought maybe there was something.
Christian Gonzalez came back in week 4, so he was not placed on IR.
But I did know week 4.
There you go.
So
you did get that, but you need to be out 4 weeks for it to be
No.
IR.
No, I just want to say that I did have the knowledge that Gonzalez came back in week 4. I'm not even talking about 2 stats, 1 lie.
Oh.
I just want to know everyone to know I do follow the team. I was aware of that. And so again, and then I think my explanation, I didn't come off terribly. So that's what I was
There you go.
Andrew's got 2 stats. Andrew's got 2 stats. But he's got 1 lie. But he's got 1 lie. Andrew's got 2 stats. Andrew's got 2 stats. But he's got 1 lie. But he's got 1 lie.
All right. right, Andrew. Thank you.
Real quick.
Right.
Here's.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Wow. That was almost the biggest blunder I've had in this segment, and there have been a lot. The only players who have been targeted where Drake May does not have a passer rating over 100. Kyle Williams, Jack Westover, the fullback, and Antonio Gibson, who went on IR but as a backup earlier this season. So Stephon Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, Matt Collins, Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper, Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, and DeMario Douglas. Drake May is cooking no matter who he's throwing to among that group, all over 100, his pass rate.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, Danny says you made a mistake. Danny, go ahead.
Antonio Gibson was put on IR last month.
He's not a starter.
He's not a starter. He's not a starter. In any way, shape, or form is he a starter. All right. You can sit around for this, Andrew, if you want, or you can. It's up to you. If you want to get home to your child, that is up to you, because now is not the time to break. But you grew up around here, right?
I grew up in Storrs, Connecticut.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so I don't know from the Jay Giles band. All I know was that when the album Freeze Frame came out, I was not allowed to get that. I had a picture of Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast album on my wall where Eddie was controlling Satan as a puppeteer. I had like Sex Pistols records and stuff, but the song with the other word for pee on the wall, for some reason that was a huge red flag for my mother. She wouldn't let me get the Freeze Frame album. So all my experience with the Jay Giles band is the song Freeze Frame and Centerfold, which are bad songs. So every time since I've been in Boston, which is almost 20 years, I've seen Peter Wolf, and he's all old and like pale and everything, and I've always kind of made fun of him. So, you know, Hardy, that I devour rock biographies.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. And now I listen to them because I have to walk this animal of mine for at least an hour a day. And then I listen to these books at the gym. So the Peter Wolf biography was suggested to me by the Audible, so I am listening to the book. Well, now I feel like a jackass, and I wonder how many other times I've done this in my life. Peter Wolf is someone that if I had a chance, I wish I could go back in time. I know he's still alive, but I wish I could go back in time and talk to the guy, because turns out he's incredibly intelligent, and he's lived this incredible life, like a fascinating life. He's friends with Andy Warhol and Tennessee Williams. He was married to Faye Dunaway. He's like really well read and smart. He's like an artist who like collects art and knew the artists. Like he was at these salons and stuff. Like the guy from the Jay Giles band. But how was I to know? Because Peter Wolf is like a really smart guy, but all the stuff from WBCN, he sounds like a jackass because he's sounding like an old disc jockey. It's not his fault.
Yes, Kuma Labor Gabba Gabba. This is Wolf Goofa Mama Tuba Haba Dupa listening to WBCN FM 104.
Yeah, this guy's like hanging out in an apartment in like Dorchester, and like John Coltrane walks in. Like this guy is lived this like miraculous life. They're banned. He admits it in the book. They're banned for 10 albums. Didn't do one thing. Who the hell? But he's friends with Mick Jagger, and he's like touring Europe with the Rolling Stones. When his band sucks, he admits it. Like the band was not good, but here he is. Like, what an idiot I am. Like there was a chance Peter Wolf could have sat in here and told these incredible stories. I could do a podcast with the guy for 6 hours if I had to. Like it's unbelievable. And so I beat myself up and I go like, why would you think you're better or too good to interview anyone? And then I think of my life and like I do believe I'm a good father, but other than that, I haven't done anything cool. And then I started feeling bad about myself. So I was at the gym yesterday listening to this book and seeing all these women I'd slept with. I'm kidding. That's not true. but then so I'm sitting in there and I'm listening to the book. So I go, you know what? He's talking about leaving Atlantic Records and going to a new record company where they have all this success. And the success is the dumb Love Stinks and then Freeze Frame. Love Stinks is a terrible song. So I start beating myself up about it. Why didn't you talk to Peter Wolf? Why do you think that just because he's older, why did you not talk to him? And then I go and listen to Freeze Frame. Listen to this.
Freeze frame!
I mean, come on. This guy's
not
friends
even
with
getting to the
Tennessee
lyrics.
Tennessee Williams.
The guy was married to Faye Dunaway at the height of her fame after Chinatown came out.
Well, he was at the Chinatown while they were filming. He was like hanging around. Like he was when they did Three Musketeers. He's like in France, like just on this chick's dime, hanging out. Yeah, like what? The lyrics are terrible. Like, Peter, I blame you.
Oh, no, he was talking about Tuesday. Now he's moving on later in his week.
Because
it's Thursday.
I think of all the opportunities in my life that I've had to like be around people, like famous people, and how when I was younger, and it kind of benefited me. We talked about like the Fieldy thing. Like I would go in, and if I felt you weren't treating me right, like I would tell you how I didn't like you because I didn't like any of these people. But then I think, well, how many of these people that I could have interviewed actually, like Peter Wolf, well, I have no respect for what he did artistically. I mean, lights out,
I was just going to say, we are going to talk about the solo stuff or not?
Well, I mean, I don't think he talks too much about the solo stuff.
So you put
Come
on
as
the
you
TV
are.
and you're watching Johnny Carson segueing right into the Tomorrow Show, but that don't got to go, so you turn it off, you turn on the radio don't seem to get the clicks.
Yeah. Like, this is in concert. I'm like, shut up. Like, like I like when people talk between songs, but it's like, this is just some weird rap you're doing that sucks.
Gotta be in Baltimore for Goofy Mama 2 for 104.1, having a little fun. You got it, baby.
Yeah, like, and on the radio, I'm a radio guy. I'm better than that. Hey, Arthur P., stay out of this. So I was really beating myself up because I do feel like a dick because like he went into the Nesson booth and he looks all old and like a prick. I'm making fun of him. But meanwhile, this guy's lived like 40 times the life I've ever lived. And if I would have just had an open mind, I probably could have talked to the guy. I probably could have sat down and like talked to him. He's around. It's probably one of Ernie Bach's parties I had to go to. He was probably one of those things. And I could have sat with the guy, and he has these endless stories, like one after the other. They're like incredible stories. But how the hell was I supposed to know? Now, you like the Jay Giles Band, correct, Jonathan?
Yes, I do.
You like Freeze Frame.
I did, yes.
Well, I liked it when I was little, but now you realize it's a terrible song.
It does have a curly shuffle vibe to it.
Maybe that's
that
the
is
reason.
true. You do like it. Now, Andrew, you're younger than us. Was the Jay Giles Band that any way indoctrinated into you?
So I knew Centerfold and I knew Freeze Frame. Centerfold I still like, but Freeze Frame I can hear
Centerfold's
is
a good
terrible.
song.
You know what just struck me though? Like you mentioned all the people that he was friends with, and this is new to me, so forgive me. This
it was all new to
comparison
me.
Is very rough. He strikes me as a Jim Gray character in your life, where Jim Gray is associated with hold on, with Tom Brady and all of these greats, and that's his thing, his association with greatness. But the things he actually does, that podcast, like these songs, let's go, sucks.
Okay, Jim Gray is a
parasite.
A parasite living on the bodies of people that I don't find impressive. Like Tom Brady's a good football player, but he's an idiot. Like I don't think Brady's smart at all. He cloned his dog, for Christ's sakes. He can't even deal with a dog dying. Like, it sucks. Your animal dies. But you have to. Don't get me started with how much that pisses me off.
Okay.
Like,
can we listen to Centerfold?
Just because you're rich, by the way, just because you're rich doesn't mean you don't have to deal with things dying. Like, if we got to the point where when you're rich, like, I don't want to deal with things dying anymore. Well, that literally makes you unhuman. Like that. Like, I am above having to deal with something I love dying. I'm just going to bring it right back.
Tom Brady's so great, his wife ran off and started banging the kid's karate teacher like any other suburban doofus. Stuff happens to him.
Most relatable thing about him.
Yeah. So, like,
Very
Peter
true.
Wolf's relationship with these great people, like, wasn't just him filleting them. Like, I mean, he was intelligent enough to hang in a conversation. He hung out with John Lennon. Like John Lennon, like in a studio, like went out drinking with him and Harry Nilsson, which is odd because we were just talking about Harry Nilsson the other day.
You're a big fan.
No, I think he's terrible, but the documentary's fantastic.
You talk about his college roommate. Did I miss that part? His college roommate was David Lynch. The artist.
Director. Well, they didn't get along.
No, but the point is, he's another story. That's something else. He
Right.
did.
So and then so he has this like relationship with David. Had this relationship with David Lynch. No, Peter Wolf is like super smart and well read and stuff, and able to like integrate himself into these people's lives through his charm, charisma, and intelligence. No, Jim Gray is just a piece of garbage that'll do your bidding.
Yeah.
You know, like he's like a Pam Bondi type.
Oh, Peter Wolf, it's just this it's just this study in contrast, all these fascinating things about him, but he's also still partially responsible for
Like, you're so smart. Why are these the lyrics? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Saw him in concert with Aerosmith at Fenway Park.
That Pam Bondi comparison is going to stick with me for a long time.
Yeah.
Regardless of her intelligence, you have to admit she is just doing the bidding for someone, which is, you know, I don't think it's like she's...
Yeah, she's a vehicle, like Jim, you're saying.
She's a vehicle.
I get it.
I'm not even being political. I'm just saying that it's someone just doing someone's bidding. That's what Jim Gray's doing. But if you are in a studio where John Lennon doesn't want to talk to anyone, and Harry Nilsson goes, hey, meet my friend John, and he starts going, and you're able to hang, and then, like, he's like, oh, let's start going out, like, the bars together. Like, that shows, like, an ability to adapt and, like, be around greatness, like, intellectual greatness, like creative brilliance, and hang, right?
Yeah,
Like, I'm not positive I could do that. There's no way I could do that. He's so much better read than me. Anyway, and then it made me think of all these people whose stories I might have not heard because I just was so dumb and thought that they were just idiots because they had stupid bands. But then I listened to Freeze Frame and I'm like, can I really blame myself that much? Keith, go ahead.
Hey, all right. So Mick Jagger and the Stones would come into Boston, and they'd come into Bristol, where I worked for, quarter of a century. And Peter would run for weeks on end with Mick. Best friends.
Yeah.
And Peter lived in the neighborhood. Nicest guy in the world, cool cat. And he'd come out with drinks with us afterwards, after work. Can I join you for? Absolutely, come. We go have drinks with him.
Yeah,
nicest guy in the world.
Like the great guy and everyman, like, but with this rapier wit. Is that the correct
Rapier.
Rapier wit? And see, I can't even say it. I'm so stupid. So you understand what I'm saying, Keith? He seems like the most interesting guy in the world, and he's around. And if you would ask me if I wanted to talk to him, I go, why? He's in a bad band. But then I listened to Freeze Frame, and I'm like, is this my fault? I mean, come on. Now, you like that, John. That still strikes your fancy.
Not as much as it used to, I will admit.
Okay.
I like Centerfold, though. I do.
No, Centerfold's a good song. You can't deny the chorus of Centerfold. And you can't deny the do. That's a Centerfold good song. I'll give you that. But Love Stinks is a bad song.
Love Stinks is a horrible song.
That was a hit, my friend.
Big time. Love Stinks, terrible song.
My sister had that album. But before Freeze Frame came out.
We'll break in 2 seconds.
OG JG.
We have to break in 2 seconds. But like if I say they were at their height when I was 20 and I went to see them live, like I was working for a radio station, saw them live, I would have been like, you're the worst. But then if I met the guy, I'd be like, you're the best. So here we are. So that was my experience.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you.
Good to be back.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations again, Andrew, and best of luck going forward, and we will see you next week. We'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
All right.
You know, I got an idea for a bit. The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. If you'd like to email us, go to 985thesportshub.com and find our email addresses because it's laborious to go through all of those. If you want to find us on social media, at Toucher and Hardy, at Hardy985, and of course, the Instagram page that is taking over the planet, at Fred Toucher. We are bringing the boom every day.
Email here from Sarah from Everett. When I was a waitress at California Pizza Kitchen in Harvard Square, Peter Wolf and Faye Dunaway would come in once a week with her foster children. I guess
he wasn't with her, though, when she...
I guess they remained friends long after their divorce. Then, when I was a hostess at Armani Cafe, he would come in almost every night by himself. And he was private but very pleasant. Sarah from Everett. Thank you for that, Sarah. She's like Walter Mitty. She leads
knows everybody, has run into everything.
Life.
I mean, you work at the California Pizza Kitchen. I mean, greatness follows. I'm getting a ton of emails about Peter Wolf. People had good experiences, bad experiences. All I got to tell them is I can suggest the biography.
WBCN in Baltimore for Goof and Mama 2 for 104.1, having a little fun.
Yeah, that's not so good. That's not so good.
Frequent contributor Zach says, hey, boys, not my own story, but someone I used to be friends with told me their dad met Peter Wolf on the Martha's Vineyard Ferry years ago. What's great is they only started talking to each other because they were the only people drinking a beer at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, then I could have talked to him if it was a few years ago.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Back in the day, baby.
We were talking about John's diet earlier and how he really treats himself every once in a while to chicken fingers. That's what he calls decadent. That and a warm chocolate chip cookie.
Did that bother you too?
No.
Adam has the clip. Did that bother you too?
Chicken finger.
Not that.
No, the other one.
You don't want that one? Hold on.
No, I want the one where he says it. He talks about the cookie.
Hold on, I got it here.
Yeah, you got that. All right.
Here we go. Right here.
Warm chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, shut up. Yeah, I can't stand that. Like a man salivating or rhapsodizing over dessert.
It's just desserts in general that I like, and you don't like that.
There was a lot of things wrong with what you did.
I see.
One is going, like Joe gets away with that, not you.
Okay.
And then talking about desserts, I don't care for that.
Corey says that John just eats the scraps, fruits and veggies that he tosses around the bird feeder. Occasionally some bread, too.
I'm a bird.
Ryan claims that John eats as young, and all that roughage probably makes him deuce like he's Zolak.
That's a long way to go.
Do birds eat their young? That doesn't seem right.
That's what Ryan said.
No.
Man,
I'm baffled by the baffles.
Okay.
What?
You can mail us too, and somebody, no card, nothing.
No, is this to you?
This is to me.
Oh,
But
I wonder what industrial corporation.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I think this is something that you're immediately going to want, Fred. I should have saved this and just given it to you for Christmas. I'll hold it up for the YouTube audience.
Make America nut again, and it's John Wallach from high school.
John Wallach's high school yearbook photo. Make
would
America nut again.
Would any of you wear that? Because I'm asking for a reason. Would any of you wear that? Because I will.
By all means.
I will wear that out.
Have at it.
That's a really nice shirt.
Do you know who sent it?
No.
Because I will wear that all the time. I will wear that to the gym. I'll wear that when I coach my daughter's basketball team.
There you go. Because I will not wear that, but I really, really like it.
Because you didn't think I was going to wear the stand and deliver shirt that you gave me.
And you have worn it many times.
Oh, I wear it all the time. It's in my rotation. I might even have it on now. No, I don't have it on now. But I wear it. It's in the rotation. I wear the one that's do I like a couple hot dog slice? You like that, right?
Yeah.
With John
Yeah.
Kraft that a listener
Yeah.
made. I wear that all the time too. It's falling apart. Make another one. I'll wear it. What else? I was too busy talking and going to the bathroom. I need help with the email segment, if you would.
Can we? Well, I've done everything so far, John, but I'll do another one. Can we get a weight bench in the studio and get Wallach to pop that shirt off and see how many plates he can put up?
I can't put up a lot of plates.
Plus, we need to see that hot body because
Yeah.
rumor has it birds don't have nipples. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't.
This is from JP. He
I'll
says,
find out.
Blind Scott Home Alone. I was talking about how I was having trouble putting in the baby gate and my problems with the YouTube videos. And it says, Fred, if Blind Scott's cane detects the baby gate, perhaps he can hang paint cans at the top of the stairs. In an effort when he's in my home, which is his fantasy. He has one of the most disturbing fantasies that has ever been there. By the way, he's on hold. He wants to talk about Britney Spears. We're not going to take Blind Scott today, but
come on.
For some reason, he wants to talk about Britney Spears.
Yeah.
But we had him on yesterday. I think that's good. I think that I'm doing the right thing. Sean says, Ryan Johnson, I'm fascinated with traveling on team planes. John has done it. Ryan's going out to the West Coast this afternoon with the Bruins for their West Coast road trip. He sent me a picture of one of the menus from the flight. Like, it's all very interesting to me. I've never flown on a private jet. I've never been treated to that level of service. I am very interested in it. And he was complaining about having to go to the Islanders games. He doesn't like going to Long Island, which is weird because it's not like a bad part of Long Island. There's like a mall there and stuff. I mean, if you just have to kill a day. I mean, my work at Hofstra is never done.
I think it's by comparison to the other hotels. Not that hotel is poor. It's by comparison to the 5-star.
I mean, yeah, I don't doubt that it's not like a great hotel, but it's just weird because it's like not a bad area of Long Island. It's not a particularly interesting area of Long Island. But I said, Isaac's there, the kid that I mentor. Sean says, Freddie, I'm sure your boy Isaac has a spare room at his grandma's house for RJ. Give him a call and see if it can happen. Do you think RJ could survive a night in that playpen with Isaac and his grandmother running around? I don't know. I mean, he's got to do the game that night.
He's got to lock himself in his room, prepare mentally.
It depends if he's, that's 40, that's 24-hour party people over there. His grandma ain't sleeping.
Hi.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey there.
There you go.
Say my name.
Isaac. Everyone's saying that Andrew was wrong because Antonio Gibson was on the IR, but that's not fair because Antonio Gibson's not.
I had a couple of emails, the same thing. Boy, Callahan is wrong again. Antonio Gibson, IR. Callahan, 3 different emails say that Callahan was wrong because Antonio Gibson went on IR. Somehow they missed the point that Gibson never started for this team. I don't think he did he?
No.
But
That's completely unfair.
One game after one of Ramondre's fumbling games.
No, I even know that's completely unfair. But did you do, in all fairness, now it is a joke, the whole Denver thing. If you don't get it, you're morons. Hardy's needling me. I don't understand. I get emails from people. I don't understand how you don't get that. You keep bringing up Denver. Yeah, it's a running gag now because I brought it up so much in the past. But wasn't it interesting? When Andrew was in here and unprompted, I wasn't even involved in the conversation. Because I was making the point, I really do believe this. The Patriots might be the most well-rounded team in the AFC. Do I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl? No, but I don't think it's out of the question, especially if they have home field throughout. And I know they've been better on the road than at home, but I don't think that means anything. I just think that it's the way the season's played out. But, I mean, they lost to Vegas first game of the season. They had 5 turnovers against Pittsburgh. I don't think that's necessarily indicative of their performance at home. I think it's more that it was the beginning of the season. But Andrew, unprompted, was talking about the best units in football, and he was saying how Denver had the best defense, and therefore he liked Denver over the Patriots, which I thought was interesting only because he had scoffed And when I called him on it, he said, well, that was after the Jets game. Well, yeah, but the Denver defense didn't let the Jets do anything. They sacked Fields like 88 times. They might have sacked Fields 8 times in that game. Now, he doesn't throw the football, so it's a little easier to hit him. But they did sack him.
Now with Tyrod Taylor as the starting quarterback, things would be much different.
No.
If they played Denver.
Well, he'll release the ball. Well, no, they wouldn't get sacked 8 times, but they wouldn't win.
I kind of like Tyrod Taylor for a minute. I thought he had something.
Nah.
Was it Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback, that took one of those, had a shot to his chest, and that's the reason Justin Herbert started out in what was it, L.A.?
And there was an argument on this show that Tyrod Taylor should not have lost his starting job because you shouldn't lose your starting job. That even though Justin Herbert was playing so well after he got in, that it was unfair and Tyrod Taylor should reclaim his position of the starting quarterback. When that was met with some challenge, that got into a stand your ground argument. And imagine that. I mean, what a mistake by the Chargers to let Justin Herbert continue to start for that team.
See what I
They
did
could have
there,
had
Hardy?
Tyrod Taylor.
See what I did there? Led us down a nice avenue there.
These things pop into my mind.
Unintentionally, but see,
Well, these
how
were
that
all
worked.
things that I couldn't talk about before.
If something happens to you physically in a profession where your physicality is paramount to like anything else you do, then yeah, you can lose your job based on physical things.
Right, because it sucks because Tyrod Taylor did get like a pain shot into his chest and they punctured his lung, which kept him out. No, they had to pay him, like not just his salary. They they had to pay him for injuring him. Like I guess he got money. And it sucks that happened, but the notion that they should have been like, oh, well, just because it's the right thing to do, we should bring you back to your starting job after this kid's taken off is asinine. Like an indefensible asinine opinion, which was argued. Like, we all agree it sucks.
It's not right.
No, it's not, but,
it's also
they want to win.
a sport, and, if the guy
they pay the man.
can't play, and someone else is playing that better.
And when they drafted Herbert, I don't think the plan was Tyrod Taylor was the lifelong quarterback of that franchise.
Probably not.
I think drafting Herbert in the first round might have been like...
Where did he start, in Buffalo?
Tyrod Taylor started in Buffalo. Yeah. He's like 36.
He was Rex Ryan's favorite.
Yeah,
Rex loved himself some
He's a
Tyrod
very
Taylor.
good locker room guy.
Yeah.
He's loved by all his teammates, but he's just not a very good quarterback anymore. He certainly chucks it. Now, he chucks it into the other team's hands, but he certainly chucks it around.
Looks like Joe Milton.
Oh, no, he's not the athlete that Joe Milton is. And by the way, Milton's career is really taken off. Who does he play for? Anyone?
Yeah, I know the answer.
Is it the Cowboys?
Dallas. Yeah, he's back up to Dak.
Is he the backup?
It's a backup to Dak.
He's not the third string. He's the
no,
backup.
I think he's the backup.
Oh, God help them if Dak Prescott gets hurt.
I think the Patriots traded him there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They traded him for a 7th-round pick. And maybe a pick swap.
Oh, yeah. Milton in a 7th for a 6th, that kind of thing.
I think it might have been like Milton in the 7th for 7th or something. All right. Look, we'll break and we'll be right back. Here are the headlines.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Former Bruins forward.
Kids Now or go to insurekidsnow.gov.
This is what happens when analysts take over the games, take over the sport.
This is where you talk sports.
It happens all the time.
The Sports Hub.
You know, I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show?
Ready?
It's time for The Stack.
Starters last night.
What is it, 10 wins in a row now?
127 to 112. Indiana's bad, but they were missing 3 starters.
Yeah, no, this is Detroit's chance.
They can't shoot.
There's no, but I mean, Indiana, who's been really good, they're down. Celtics are down. I mean, Cleveland would be the monster that's out there, but they're never a guarantee.
I think they match up against Cleveland, though. But the problem is they can't shoot. So I am interested in that. I also am interested that a DJ plays music during play.
Yes.
At home Piston games.
Yes,
which I'm not quite sure why that's
I've
allowed.
experienced that. Yes, it's odd to say the least.
The same guy's been the in-game announcer. He's a DJ from like one of the urban stations.
Yep. Is it Mason?
Yeah, I think it's still him.
Mason.
But that's an incredible run.
He's
imagine
been
having to
there-
go to 41 home games a year.
Oh, he's been there forever. Good guy too.
Yeah, he's been there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like since I was in middle school. He was in the Silverdome.
Yep.
Like he
God, was he there that long?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 50, and I probably was 12 or 11 when he got that job. And it's not like it pays. And he just has, and you got to go 41 nights. And he was a disc jockey, or he might have even done a morning show.
They opened the Palace like, I want to say like late 80s.
They opened the Palace maybe in 90. Yeah, 89, 90, because I think they won a championship in the Palace and a championship in the Silverdome. But I was there when they named the Palace.
88.
Okay. Because I was there when they named the Palace. I told you the story is that they had a big write-in campaign to name the new arena. And then I was at the game where they announced the name, and the guy comes out and he goes, we've had, 20,000 entries and so many great ideas. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner is the Palace of Auburn Hills. And we went,
Yay.
That's not very creative.
Look.
It could have been the Dave Corzine's legacy.
The stack is a time to right the wrongs of the show, as well as to get to the stuff that we didn't get to. And earlier we were all in on this new Fieldy album. Fieldy from Korn has a instrumental bass jazz album, and we only listened to a couple of the tracks, Fred, and I think we kind of did it a disservice. When you listen to track 1, Bass-O-Rama.
I never would have guessed he didn't record that in a recording studio.
Well, no, he said he recorded these in hotel rooms, tour buses, dressing rooms, wherever. But
which means there's no live instrumentation outside of his bass, I would guess, because he's not playing the rest of the instrument.
No, but it does it a disservice, and you think, would it sound any better if you just added to it?
We would have played it in BCN. Stern on one of the channels that was playing old ones, like had the Red Hot Chili Peppers in, and he's like, man, Flea, like, how do you jump around like that? And you're jumping around, and like I don't even know what John Frusciante was guitar player at the time, but he's like, and John, man, that incredible lick, and Chad's banging those drums, and Flea, you're really jumping around, and Anthony, that voice, and I'm. Now, come on. We're going to pretend Anthony Kiedis has a good voice?
No, but sometimes the voice is so good it takes away from the song, like on this track. Another great Fieldy track, but you take away from it if you add too much to it.
Well, on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. Taking my time. I don't know where. About the road.
sent that Fieldy record in. I wonder if we're the first people ever to download it or to play one of the tracks from it.
Well, get ready for some new rejoins starting tomorrow.
Nice.
Feature all of this.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening. That'll do it for